Mitch Rogers. And it's very, as you can see on your television screen, a dark and rainy afternoon here, where the Kearney State Antelopes take on the Wayne State Wildcats. And Mitch, what do you think this afternoon the weather is going to be like for both these teams out there?
Well, obviously it's miserable out right now. The rain and the wetness and the wind are going to have terrible factors. I think it'll really make it a ground game, and the passing game probably won't be that important today.
Yeah, as you can see, they are out there for the opening toss. Last week, Wayne State won. They beat Missouri Western 17-14, and also the Kearney State Antelopes beat New Mexico Highlands 28-21. So both teams coming off a victory for this afternoon game. This is Wayne State's homecoming game, so a very big game this afternoon. A large crowd out here. I guess one thing to note, Kearney State leads the series with 43 wins, 14 losses, and 5 ties dating back to 1924, and the Lopers have won 18 straight against the Wildcats. And Mitch, that's probably one of the things that Coach Borf and the players got to have on their minds this afternoon coming to Memorial Field, is to keep the tradition alive and the win streak alive against Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's right, Kevin. I think Kearney State's pride, if anything else, will let them win this ball game. Kearney State, 18 straight wins, like we said. They just won't lose to an interstate squad like Wayne State.
Last time these two teams met, Kearney State won. It was back at Foster Field. It was 20-7. Russ Harvey connected on 2 TD passes. And also Darren Grauholtz added 2 field goals to beat the Wildcats. So we're about ready to get things underway here this afternoon. And even though the weather is kind of bad, like we mentioned in the outset, there's a lot of people out. The spirits are high, and I look for a good football game.
Well, I think homecoming week brings out the best in everyone. Just like last week, Kearney State was very up for their football game, and right now this crowd at Wayne State, no matter what the weather has to say about it, they are up for this game and they want this win badly.
Wayne State will receive the opening kick, and 2 players to look out for is the quarterback for Wayne, number 12, Gail Lawton, and also one of the receivers, Troy Jackson.
Number 22, he's a 5'10", 215-pound senior from St. Paul, Minnesota. And both of those 2 were very instrumental in their offense.
So the Wayne, I think, this is the first time I've ever seen Wayne in all black. They must be ready to play this afternoon. So as the teams come on the field for the opening kickoff, we'll get things underway. The deep man for Wayne is number 8, Dave Mensger. He's 6'1", 190-pound freshman from Ponca, Nebraska. And again, like usual, Grauholtz will do the honors of kicking it off.
The wind today is kind of a side wind, as I can see the flag, and it's just going across the field from east to west, or west to east, excuse me. So it's not going to be much of a factor on the kickoff, probably.
I'm not really sure what we're waiting for. If the team, they're making the coaches even go behind the white line, or it's the extension cords or whatever. One of the coaches just threw his headset off and onto the ground, so not really sure what the holdup is.
As you can probably hear, the Wayne State cheerleaders are very fired up and firing up the crowd, saying, "Who do we hate, Kearney State?" Well, I really doubt that'll have a lot of effect on the Lopers today.
And it looks like they got the problem all straightened out, so we'll get things moving right along. And then the players would probably look out for Kearney again. This is going to be probably a day where the running game really comes into effect, Mitch. I know with the win that you were saying earlier, you know, I don't know. I think the Nolan Byers should have a big ball game. And we get the ball game underway. The kick will go out of bounds with a penalty flag.
Right there, you saw that crosswind already take the ball out of bounds. And Wayne State will have the choice of whether they want the ball on the 35 or a 5-yard penalty.
It looks like they're going to go with the re-kick. To kind of set the scene here.
We are not in the ideal position to watch this football game.
So they'll move the ball back 5 yards. And
Kevin, today's kind of ball game is what linemen love. Muddy, dirty, wet, in the trenches type football, and that's going to be the winner today, I think, is who wins the battle of the lines.
Yeah, because it could come down to who can open up the holes the biggest and go for the longer runs. So Grouse will re-kick it back to Dave Mensker, back to number 8, and it will be held up a little bit. Mensker will take it at the 11-yard line. He'll bring it to the right side. And number 12 for the Lopers.
Steve Simmons doing a nice job getting down, making the tackle, wouldn't let the runner outside, knocks him out of bounds at the 23.
And talking to Coach Boroff this week and the past couple weeks, that's their main goal every week is not let the return man get the ball out across the 20-25-yard line, and they did just that. So we'll set the offense for it. Lawton, number 12, is the quarterback. Split out to the far side is number 80, Bill Blondin. The near side is number 4, Marlo Goldsby. And the lone back is 22, Troy Jackson. A slot back, number 3, Lee Harper. Will hit the interior lineman after this play. Lawton changing the call at the line. Long count by Lawton. And we have to have a little bit of offside, so I don't know what the situation out there is. I don't know if Lawton can hear.
I think it was delay of game penalty, and I don't know, first play of the ball game, that's not good for the Wildcats. A lot of trouble getting the offense set.
Jason Garden, there, number 25, will come in for the Wildcats, and they have a sub before the first plays even ran.
So that's good news for Kearney State. That'll bring up a first down of 15.
Again, Lawton comes to the line, lone back Jackson. Goldsby here, number 20 in motion is Daniels. Lawton back to pass right away. He's going to fight, scramble, and number 89, Garland Bryant, jumps on his back and rides him down at the 20-yard line.
Nice pass rush by the Lopers right off the bat. Lawton had to run for his life.
Down the back here, tackle made by Bryant.
We have some kind of different spans here at Wayne. It's going to be about 40-some degrees out here, 30-some degrees, and these guys, as you see on your TV screen, no shirts on, so it's a fired-up football crowd. Back to the action. We have second down, 11, ball racing on the 21-yard line. Gail Lawton calling the count. Pitches it to Jackson, come to the left side. And Darren Gunn rides him out of bounds to the 35-yard line. So great blocking there. You saw number 65, Henry Ryberg. He's 6'3", 255 sophomore out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Number 4, Marlon Goolsby, a junior from, well, I'm not sure where he's from, for the Wildcats.
Columbus, Ohio, Mitch.
He made a nice fake like he was going to go deep and ran Dave Bangert right off the play.
So that'll be first down and 10, the ball on the 35 with 13:50 left to go in the first quarter. Long count again by Lawton. And a right dive up to Jackson. And he's brought down by Garland Bryant.
Stop is made by Bryant.
Last week, Troy Jackson had one of his best games as a so far this season for the Wayne. He had 122 yards rushing and scored 2 touchdowns. Actually, the Wildcats passed Missouri Western.
He had a big game last year for Wayne State, and this is probably his kind of weather, really.
Goolsby here on the near side along with Daniels, number 20. Slot back. It goes to Goolsby, and he shakes it one time, and it's kind of hooked on the head there by number 22, Dave Bangert.
That's pretty good coverage by Dave Bangert. You got to give Goolsby a lot of respect. He's got good speed on the outside, and Bangert did a good job of closing.
Well, one thing I'm kind of surprised to see in this so far is Lawton just comes out throwing. The wind really isn't ideal for a passing game this afternoon, like we mentioned already. But he's coming out, and they're throwing out some, 5, 10-yard outs and completing them. Kind of the same kind of offense you see Kearney run with the 4 receivers. But these have 2 receivers and 2 slot backs of Daniels and Goolsby. One with Blondin. Pitch goes to Jackson. He'll cut it right up and hit a big hole.
Nice block by number 65, Henry Regberg. He got right out in front of that play and made a nice block.
Number 85, Chris Hutton with the tackle. The defense for Lopers kind of looks like this.
Outside linebackers Dan Robbins along with Darren Gunn and Tim Arts, the other outside linebacker.
We'll get back
to that.
Fake up the middle of Jackson. Law will keep it himself and is brought down by a load of Lopers.
That's a good case of Lawton using the pursuit that Kearney State has against them. He went back against the grain, and Kearney State had pursued across. And he picks up a nice gain.
The left end for Kearney State is number 37, Shan Hansen, left tackle 89, Garland Bryant, right tackle 52, Gary Estes, right end, Marvin Watts, outside linebackers number 44, Tim Arts, and also the outside linebacker number 48, Dan Robbins. Will complete the secondary after this play. The line of scrimmage, first down 10, ball resting on the Loper 35-yard line. Fake to Jackson in the middle, and Lawton is brought down by number 73 for the Lopers, John Chappell. Chappell's in there right now for Shan Hansen.
Nice job. Tim Arts had both the quarterback and the pitch man right there.
At the middle linebacker, as we mentioned already this afternoon, is number 55, Darren Gunn. Left corner, number 23, Greg Mayberry. Strong safety, number 28, Greg Smith. Free safety, and has 76 tackles. Number 6, DJ Vokalek, and at right corner, number 22, Dave Bangert. All 3 receivers flew out the far side, with Goolsby the only one on the left side. Lone back was Jackson. Lawton stands there a long time. Completed to Goolsby. He takes it across 20, down the 10, out of bounds at about the 11-yard line of the Lopers. Great hookup between Gale Lawton and Marlon Goolsby.
John Campbell, Marvin Watts just absolutely decked Lawton after he released the ball, but not before he could get the ball out to Goolsby for a good gain, and Wayne State's on the move.
So he's at first down and 10. Ball is on the 11-yard line, so go to the 1 for a first. Long count for Lawton. Fumbles the snap, he dives back on top at the 11-yard line, so no gain for Wayne on that play.
That's something you might see a lot of this afternoon. The ball's wet. They're trying to keep it dry, but it's impossible in this rain and wet turf.
The front line for Wayne kind of goes like this. Number 70, John Gabriel from Muscane, Iowa. Left guard is Henry Rayberg from Omaha. Center number 91, Jeff Holdsworth. Right guard is Mark Linder, number 61, and number 62, Eric Colbert, is at right tackle. Pitch goes Jack to take the right side. Great pursuit by the Lopers. He cuts it in and it knocks out of bounds.
Looks like about the 7-yard line. Lawton's got a lot of speed on the outside, and he's able to turn the corner even in this slick field, so that's a plus for Wayne State.
Mitch, looking over these lineups, a lot of these players on the Wayne State team, including Gail Lawton, is from California. And that's kind of a long trip to make for that many players. Usually get a couple, one or two, but they have, just on these rosters, we can see about 5 or 6, and plus on the defensive side, there's quite a few too. So for 3rd down and 4, ball is on the 7-yard line. Fake handoff to Jackson. Lawton keeps himself and tumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Wayne State.
There go the balloons, in case you didn't know. Wayne State, Gail Lawton goes in for the touchdown from about 7 yards out. Nice play. He just ducked it up inside, faked the handoff, and came inside and scored.
On Wayne's first football game this season against UNO, they beat UNO, so they have the capabilities of playing really great football. The place kicker for the Wildcats is number 10, Blaine Brushcombe. The holder is number 80, Bill Blondin. Kick is up and it is good. So with 10:02 left to go in the first quarter, Wayne State leads Kearney State 7-0. And Mitch, I'm sure that's what the head coach for Wayne really wanted to do on the first drive.
Definitely, you want to get the visiting team with their backs up against the wall right off the bat, especially Kearney State, who, as we've said, has that great winning streak against Wayne. Wayne needed to get on the board early, and they did. Going back to that that you mentioned, UNO and Wayne State. UNO beat Kearney State, as we all know, 44-21. Their only other common opponent, I believe, was Emporia State. And Kearney State almost beat Emporia State, but Wayne was blown out by Emporia. So this looks to be a very close ball game.
Yeah, the last time that we were hearing over the so we'll get ready for the Lopers to get on the offense side the first time. Head coach for Wayne is Dennis Wagner. He's this is his 2nd year as head coach of the Wildcats.
Doug Banks on the return there. Gets it out to about the 30-yard line, so Kearney State will start their first drive there.
Going back to the head coaches, this is his 2nd year against Wayne, coaching for Wayne, excuse me. And he's gotten very pleased with the way the team's playing. He was an assistant offensive coordinator at St. Cloud University 2 years ago, and this is kind of a big move. I saw it's a big move when he moved from assistant to a head coach. So the Lopers will come in with 3 receivers. Lone back on the far side is Rogers and Banks. On the near side is Valine, and lone back is Byer. Harvey at the line on the count. Hand up to Byer. Flag on the play, and Nolan Byer is probably stopped like a 1 or 2 yard loss.
Bob Sturbaugh, junior inside linebacker, who's, I believe they're All-American, returning All-American, in on the play, and you'll see him in, his number will be called all day. So the penalty was on Wayne State.
It'll be 1st down and 5. Ball resting the 41-yard line. The 3 receivers here on the near side is Rogers, Valine, Banks. Byer lone back in. Russ Harvard looking over defense, changing the play. And it's still a long count, so got to get the snap off here. Fumbled snap. And Nolan Byer recovers at the 37-yard line. So just like you said, Mitch, it's going to be a little tough for both these schools, quarterbacks, to hold on the ball.
Byer was, excuse me, Kevin, Byer was very alert there, jumping on a football. I think the problem is the longer the count, the more wet the football is going to get.
Usually they have a official stand over it while they are in the huddle, but so far it doesn't look like it's going to be that way. We're 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 37. Harvey back to pass. Hits Rogers at the 45 and completed. And he gets out to the 50-yard line. So 1st down 10 for the Lopers. And that's what I'm sure that Omar Rogers needed to do to get him off for a good game. The last couple games, they've been trying to throw the ball to him. He's been dropping them, and all the receivers actually have been a hard time holding the ball. So looks like right now that looks like a pretty good job or a good game going to happen between the receivers. Off the far side, we have Bobby Irwin, number 2, with Rogers, Valine, and Banks. So 4 receivers. Handoff goes to Byers. He pops through the middle and down the 45-yard line. Great 5-yard run by Nolan Byers.
Nice call by Claire Borf. He had the whole defense spread out and then hands it up off the middle, and Byers gets a good gain.
And that probably has to go with the 4 receivers they have in there, probably looking for the pass, and they decided to run right the middle with the run. So a quick huddle by the Lopers. That's probably good. They don't want the ball to get wet and just want to get there, get going, and go right away. Harvey looking over the defense again. He's going to call out a cadence. Banks is out on the near side with Rogers, Valine, and Bobby Irwin. And it's right up the middle to Byers again. He gets out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Mike Kennedy on the stop for the Wildcats, and good pursuit by the Wildcats there. They really closed up the middle in a hurry.
And the offensive line for Kearney seems to be doing a pretty good job in there, opening the holes up for the runners. So a lot quick moves and quick huddles by the Lopers so far. Harvey back to pass, got a flag on the play and whistles.
Early flags on the play.
I think it was probably illegal motion, and it was against the Lopers.
Procedural indication against the Lopers.
The offensive line for the Lopers at tight end, number 80, Donnie Lee. Left tackle, 67, Pat Shaburn. At left guard is P.J. Hawes. Number 78. At center, 57, Scott Ford. Right guard, Tim McCaw, 59. And right tackle, number 79, Tom Brennan. We'll get to the backfield and receivers after this play. Harvey back to pass. Draw. Intercepted by Wayne State. Number 27 for the Wildcats.
Chris Nelson, a junior defensive back, made a nice break on the football. Harvey was pressured heavily that time. Looked like he was setting up maybe a screen, and Nelson stepped right in front and picked it off.
Harvey's kind of having a tough year this year. I mean, he started off like a ball of fire, really running hard, working hard, and then just kind of started slipping. Partly just, you know, the passes have been there, don't get me wrong, and then they just start, the right receivers do drop them, so it's been a tough year, so we'll have to see if we get him on track after they get the ball back. Again, the Wildcats on offense, 1st and 10, ball on the 45. Pitch goes to Jackson. He gets about 3 yards. The option play to Jackson.
Dan Foss, the defensive end for Kearney State, made Lawton pitch that ball way before he wanted to, and it looked like it was almost forward lateral. Defense closed on the running back, and that's the way Kearney State's going to have to play that option every time.
Get back to Russ Harvey. He is 92 of 232 with 15 interceptions for 1,233 yards, so not very impressive, but they have won 3 football games with him at the helm. Lawton scrambles out and hit hard by DJ Volklek with Tony Spires, number 9, on the coverage of number 20 for the Wildcats, Lamar Daniels.
I think that's something Kearney State needs to do more often, is pressure Lawton, make him get rid of the ball before he wants to. Send those blitzing safeties up like Volklek, someone who will make a big hit, and pressure Lawton. 6:22 in a miserable first quarter at Wayne State.
Daniels comes in motion. Lawton back to pass. The receivers are on the fly. He'll keep it himself and run it across the 40-yard line. And he sees daylight. 1 tackle and a beat. And number 23, Greg Nayberry, in on the tackle. So a quarterback sneak draw by Lawton for a big yardage.
That time the Lopers again sent Volklek on the outside. Lawton saw some room up the middle, took off. Nobody knew where he was going, and then Bill Blondin made a great block downfield and helped Lawton gained some more yards before Greg Nairberry finally made the stop.
You almost got to wonder, Mitch, if that might have been a broken play. I looked, he had the middle wide open in there for Lawton to go through.
Well, I think Lawton had every intention of passing the football, but he felt pressure and saw the wide open field and went.
1st and 10, the ball rests on the 11-yard line with 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. Fake, and Lawton taking himself for maybe a yard or a yard and a half.
Marvin Watts again in on the stop, reached over the top and stopped Lawton.
Stop is made by Bryant.
So it'll be second down and 8. So we got 2 yards on the carry.
Remembering from last year, Lawton's always been that type of quarterback who likes to scramble. He likes to run the football as much as possible, and
that sometimes can hurt a team, though, if they want to keep it too much. But it looks like it's doing a pretty good job this afternoon so far. Lawton under center. Lone back is Jackson. Receivers are Goldsby, Daniels. Slot back number 3, Harper. Lawton pitches to Jackson. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 4-yard line.
Dan Robbins, Kearney State outside linebacker, looked like he had a shot at him and wasn't quite sure if he was going to cut or go outside, and on this slick field couldn't make the tackle.
So like you said from the outset, you know, people like to play in these conditions, but I think it gets to some extreme where they'd rather play a little more even kind of football under a drier surface.
Oh, definitely. I think everyone wants to play under perfect conditions, but I think today is the kind of day linemen love.
So we have in the bone is the Wildcat. Fake 231. Lawton not to pass. And knocked down. Great knockdown by number 28. Greg Smith of Kearney.
Smith read it all the way. Lawton looked like maybe he could have tried to run it in. Decided to try to lob it over the top of Smith, and it looked like Smith may have even been able to pick it off had he got both hands up.
The fake that Lawton gave was the 31 Kip Harris out of Columbus, Ohio. In to try the field goal. Number 10, Brian Branscombe. And it's good, so the Wildcats go up 10-0 over the Kearney State with 4:42 left to go.
But then again, that was kind of an important series for Kearney State. They gave up the big play, but then once the big play was done, they stopped Wayne State and held them just a field goal when they were deep in Loper territory. So that might be a plus for Kearney State later on.
I mean, as a coach, though, you don't want to see the turnovers in a game like this because it might, well, it looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game. But usually these kind of games, it's low-scoring. It's one at the line of scrimmage.
Well, anytime you have turnovers on the road, you're in trouble, and it means you have to play catch-up, and every coach hates to play catch-up.
So we'll see if the Lopers can get on the scoreboard. Excuse me. It's getting a little chilly up here. I'm trying to run my words together.
I want to say thank you to our cameraman who's braving this weather, Craig Heinitz. He's underneath a trash bag trying to keep the camera dry.
Yeah, we are outside in this weather.
Ideal press box for the media up here at Wayne State. Short kick.
It will go. Nice cut up by Banks. He had one person to beat. He takes him out. One more player. And he's brought down at the 25-yard line by number 33.
That's Pat Murray, linebacker, and that's pretty good speed by Murray to catch Banks. It looked like Banks couldn't really get the speed going.
As we saw last week, he took the opening kickoff 80 yards for a touchdown. That was just incredible speed. But then again, the traction out here ain't the best as it was last week at Kearney. Plus, he did have an angle on Banks.
Last week on the Claire Boroff show, the coach told us about how he hated it when Kearney State had good field position. They didn't score. Let's see if they can make a difference here.
Harvey scrambling. And the pass is underthrown, so no interception. Geez, number 94 for Wayne, Randy Roos, a senior out of Omaha, Nebraska, 6'2", 275, was right on the heels of Russ Harvey.
Russ Harvey did a nice job of scrambling out of there, but I think he tried to force the ball to Valine, and he should have probably just threw it clear out of bounds, so no one had a chance at it.
And with this wind the way it is, it's going to hold up there, and you got to have all the might to throw it over those defensive backs to get to the receivers. Valine coming here nearest on your TV screen. The far side is Banks with the tight end, number 83, Mike Long. All right, back to pass again. Looking for Vinley across the middle. Great catch by Travis Valine at the 10-yard line. He had to go up high for that ball and lay out. And great catch by number 16, Travis Valine.
And how many catches have we seen Valine make like that this year? Unbelievable.
You know, I don't. If being a receiver, I mean, for a lot of people, you look into the pros or any college, and you go across the middle, you're going to get hit hard. And he has the, I guess, the passion for the game to take those punishments. But right there, great pass by Russ Harvey. So first down and goal to go. Ball on the 10-yard line. Harvey changes the count. Back to pass again. Under pressure, scrambles great, hits Omar Rogers at the 7-yard line, and is thrown back to about the 8 or 9.
Super maneuver by Russ Harvey to get out of the way of the blitzing cornerback. And Omar Rogers did a nice job of coming back to the football and making a gain out of it. Wayne State is sending everybody on the pass rush.
And that's probably one good thing. We do have a good scrambling quarterback we mentioned before, of Russ Harvey. He can get out of those predicaments and just about make everything happen.
Right here, I just about looked for Travis Valine to be hit on a slant.
They do every
slant pattern. They do it every week.
And it looks like an out. Harvey will keep it himself. And gets knocked out of bounds by number 28, Travis Roth, at the 2-yard line.
Nice comeback block by Travis Valine on number 23. If I can catch his name here, Todd Alberti. Alberti was coming back to meet Harvey, and Valine knocked him for a loop on the comeback block. So Kearney State can actually pick up a first down inside the 1-yard line.
They have 3rd and 2 on the 2, though. Harvey keeps himself and is denied. He might have got to the 1.
May have got close enough to get a first down. I think they'll probably measure here, Kevin.
Yeah.
Not a great spot.
It looks from here, but we'll have to. They'll bring in the chains, though. Good eye there by Mitch.
I think he got the first down by half the football anyway.
We're kind of being deceived here. From what we see, it was 3rd and 2. The ball was on the 2. That'd probably mean it'd be, from my experience of football, it'd be a touchdown, it'd be first down. So that's all.
And right here, you know, even if they don't have the first down, you have to go for it.
As the chain gang lumbers across the field to the ball.
And
no signal by the referee, so it's really short of a first down.
Apparently, it's about 3 or 4 inches short.
And, you know, Coach Boroff, I think, has to go for it.
Yeah, you're down by 10 already. It's early in the first. And if you don't make it, you still have your defense come out and shut them down, get good field position out of it.
As the official wipes the ball off the field, they'll reset the chains back over there on the field. They're going to go with it. They've not even get the chains perfectly set. And Harvey's in for a touchdown. That second effort lunge with the football gave Russ Harvey the touchdown. So the Lopers get on the scoreboard with 2:50 left to go in the first quarter with 6 points with a 1-yard lunge by Russ Harvey. And that just kind of shows the line surge that was on that play.
Everybody on the Wayne State defense thought he was going to sneak it right up the middle, and he snuck it outside a little bit, outside the guards, and got in for the touchdown. Nice play by Russ Harvey.
Garholtz will come in to add the extra point. Number 7, Jeff McDonald, will do the holding. Garholtz kick is up, and the signal from the referee is good. So it's 10-7. Wildcats lead the Lopers. You're watching Loper football on KFTV, channel 25.
Hi, I'm Morgan Fairchild. Education is still our best defense against the spread of AIDS and the harm that can happen when people are not informed. That's why the Will Rogers Institute is offering a free booklet that can give you the facts. You'll learn how AIDS can be caught. You'll learn the difference between having the AIDS virus and having the disease. And you'll learn how to protect yourself and your family. For your free copy, write the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Welcome back to Memorial Field. I'm Kevin Sladovnik along with Mitch Rogers, bringing you the contest between the Kearney State Antelopes and the Wayne State Wildcats. A score with 2:50 left to go, like we said before we left, was Wayne State 10, Kearney State 7.
That last drive by Kearney State has to make Coach Boroff happy. They got the good field position and was able to convert.
Kick goes to Mensker at the 9-yard line, hits a wall, fumble.
Steve Simmons on top of it for Kearney State, and that is a very important turnover, and the offense is right back out on the field.
And that's also going to make the defense give the chance to rest a little bit more. They were on the field the first 2 possessions of the game, you know, after Wayne scored, and they got a turnover. So let's get a little more time to rest. And one thing that Coach Boroff does stress is special teams, how much they've improved throughout the season.
Well, that's twice now that we've seen Steve Simmons down quickly on the special teams, make first made a good tackle, and now he recovered the fumble.
He's kind of what I call their suicide. They kind of just take off from that's what I call, they take off from when they kick it. They just go down there and find someone to hit, and hopefully the runner. Fake handoff goes to Byer. He sneaks it across the 23-yard line.
Looked like Byer might have had a little more room to the outside. He had big Tim McCaw, out there in front, but thought he saw a little running room inside and took it up there and got hit down for no gain.
The umbrellas are out in full force this afternoon here at Memorial Field. Harvey up under center. The 3 receivers is number 2, Bobby Irwin, 16, Valine, Omar Rogers, 31. The far side is Banks. Harvey back to pass, under pressure, throws it to Rogers, and great job holding on at the 20-yard line. He was just popped by number 55 for Wayne State, Jerry Klydowski, another Omaha, Nebraska native. So they kind of recruit heavily out of Omaha.
Right there you saw Russ Harvey stand in the pocket as long as possible. He had Scott Valken just about to hit him as he released the football, and he stood in there and got Omar Rogers the football.
So third down and 8, the ball on the 20-yard line. They gave him the forward progress. Fake to Byer, and he kind of froze the defense and just about intercepted.
That's their All-American linebacker, Bob Sturba, had the football, and I think he was ready to run before he caught it.
Yeah, it was too good to be true. I mean, it went right to him, and you couldn't ask for anything better. He probably just got a little too excited. So Grauerholtz to come in to try for the field goal. It will be a 30-yard. About a 36-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, it's long enough.
Good.
And it's good, so Darren Grauerholtz ties up the score with a 36-yard field goal at 10 all.
Nice kick by Grauerholtz. That was with the wind going across, and he still put it straight down the middle, and that thing was long enough to be good from about 50 yards. So Kearney State's tied the score with 1:18 left in the first. At this beautiful day.
You know, what can you say? This is football at its finest.
So right now we've seen the turnovers be key parts in a football game so far, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it be the deciding factor in this football game, Kevin.
You know, I think if it keeps up like this throughout the game, you know, the turnovers, that the coaches really can't be that disappointed with the outcome. You're playing under adverse conditions. It's a very strict and heavy rivalry, so you know you're gonna expect things like that. People hitting hard and really getting after it. Grauholtz kicks it into the end zone and out of the end zone, so they'll bring out the 20-yard line. Will Gale, Lawton, and the Wildcats will take over on the offensive side.
Grauholtz acts like he's, I don't know, he's really putting a foot into the ball this week.
He's been very impressive all year for Kearney.
So Kearney State needs a good defensive stand.
They had time to rest, you know, get back and kind of set some fresh players. A big shift there by the defense you saw. All three receivers on the near side, number 80, Blondin, number 20 in motion is Daniels to the far side over there by Goldsberry. Handoff dive right up to Jackson, and he's taken out at the knees at the 24-yard line.
I think Lawton audible to that call a little bit there, Kevin. He saw the middle was open. Kearney State was kind of flooding the outside a little bit on defense, and he handed it up the middle and got about 4 yards out of it.
Brings up 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 24-yard line. We're down to 45 seconds left to play this first quarter. Jason Gardan comes in the near side along with Blondin. The far side is Goldsberry, and the lone back is number 31, Kip Harris. Well, pitches it goes to Harper, and Harper's knocked out at the 30-yard line, excuse me, and it might be enough for a first down, and the referee gives a signal.
It's a well-designed play they have. It looked like it was going to be that same keeper Lawton had before when he scored the touchdown. Instead, he pitches it to the trail back who comes around from the side, from the opposite side. So that's a very effective play.
Scouting reports and statistics for Kearney and Wayne State. The official game program is available.
And they're going to let the clock run out for the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter brings the score Wayne State 10, Kearney State 10.
At the end of that first quarter, as they switch sides, Kearney State and Wayne State are all tied up at 10 apiece.
We'd like to thank Killian Motors, Bogart's Food Stores, Kearney State Bank, the Big Apple, and Platte Valley State Bank for their sponsorship of the Kearney State football games. They bring these games to you.
We'll air this game again on Wednesday night at 6:30, and following the game will be the Claire Boroff show. So hope you will tune in again for the Wayne State Kearney State football game. Again, it's homecoming here at Memorial Field and on the campus of Wayne State, and kind of probably capping a great week off with the football game. So start the second quarter, Lawton looking to pass. He hits number 80, Blondin.
Dan Robbins over there quickly to knock him out of bounds, but not before he gains 5 or 6 yards. Those little quick patterns, Lawton seems to be calling those patterns a lot, and drives our cornerbacks off and gets a few yards.
Well, you probably really don't want to get beat deep. I'll get it out here sooner or later. So you probably want to get a little cushion, and these little out patterns are working well, like you said. So Lawton under center. Lone back is Jackson on near side on 4, Gouldsberry, along with number 30, Shamater. The far side is Harper. Lawton runs, Jackson runs his own player, but skips out of it, hits it the far side, and Voklek will knock him out of bounds. Before that, he picks up 25 yards on the run by Troy Jackson.
The play was jammed up behind the line of scrimmage. Jackson somehow bounces out and then made a very nice move on Darren Gunn and gained some good yardage on the play.
So that brings up first down and 10, the ball on the 49-yard line of Kearney State. Coming to you is Gouldsberry along with number 3, Harper. Far side is Gouldsberry. 80 was Blondin, excuse me. Pitch goes to Jackson, he'll bring it to you. Cut it up inside, Darren Gunn meets him along with DJ Voklek and Tim Arntz.
That shows you the power of Jackson. He took Darren Gunn head on, and it took Gunn a little while to bring him down.
He stood him up long enough to get a little help from the rest of the defense.
And good pursuit by Kearney State's defense.
So it's 2nd down and 7, the ball in the 46 with 14:10 left to go until halftime. Lamar Daniels and Goldsberry here in the near side with Harper and Blount on the far side. Blount looking to pass, and just popped hard. We can't see the number.
That's Mike
4.
Robbins.
Jeez, I don't know. Number 4, that was Marlon Gouldsberry, and he went up for the ball.
And Robbins just saw nothing but Gouldsby's number 4 on his jersey and hammered him. Looks like maybe there might be just a little bit of holding inside there. It looks like our pass rush just isn't there at all, and looks like our guys are stationary, and I just have to think that maybe they're getting held a little bit.
Daniels and Gouldsby here on the near side with Harper and Blondin on the far side. Daniels goes in motion. Lawton rolling to his right side under heavy pressure by Ortmeyer, Marvin Watts, and just decides to keep it himself, and he's going to knock it out of bounds to the 32 to the 46-yard line.
So that's going to bring it up 4th down, Kevin. Nice pass rush and pursuit by the Kearney State defense.
They strung it out real well, and you know, Coach Boros got to be really happy with that, along with the defensive coordinator for Kearney. That the offense, when they're held their ground this series, and will get the ball back as a reward. And this is one thing that's got to be really dangerous, is the punting into the wind, like we saw Wayne. They fumbled it. We have two great returnmen in Doug Banks and Omar Rogers. They have great hands, but the wind and the way the ball is, you almost got to expect the worst to happen. Kind of an end-over-end kick. It will go out of bounds at the 13-14. The referee still moving at the 16-yard line. So that's where Kearney will take over with 12:56 left to go till halftime. Scores all tied at 10-all. So the defense held that time, Mitch.
Yeah, that was something they needed to do. They've had a little trouble so far, and getting a good defensive series definitely will pump up the offense.
And we saw last week against New Mexico, the defense played great, especially in that last scoring drive. The Cowboys were going on, and they rose the occasion and stopped them.
Well, like Coach Renner said, they only gave up 1 defensive touchdown, actually.
Handoff goes to Byer. He'll take it to the right side and slips a couple tackles, and out across the 24, out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Byers took it outside and got about 8 yards on the carry.
It looked like he was stopped almost like a yard or 2 after line of scrimmage, but he just slipped a few tackles and made it into a 9-yard gain. So we're at 2nd down and 1. Harvey understands the far receivers are Banks and Rogers. On the near side here is Valine. Lone back is Byers. Harvey back to pass. Nice coverage by the secondary, and he's brought down by Omar Rogers, brought down at the 47-yard line.
Jerry Kladowski, an inside linebacker for Wayne State, closed and made the tackle, but that was a nice play by Kearney State. Harvey just took a short drop, and Omar Rogers always gets open across the middle.
And looks like the receivers have brought their hands with them this afternoon in these adverse conditions. Still the same set we've seen so far this game. Harvey with the long count. Fake to Byers, and is brought down by number 28 for the Wayne State.
That's Mo Walker, an outside linebacker. He was in the backfield. Harvey had no idea. Turned around for the bootleg. Thought he'd be outside wide open by himself, and Mo Walker closed and made a big sack, a big loss on the play.
So that will be a loss of 12 yards. So Valine Rogers are coming out here to the nearest in your TV screen. The far side Banks. Byer is the lone back again. Handoff goes to Byer. He shakes a few tackles and just keeps whooping away. A pickup about 4 to 5 yards.
There the Wildcat defense was coming with a blitz, and Harvey called the draw, which was a good call in that situation, and he ended up picking up 8 yards on a play.
It worked real well the last time he did it, so I thought, well, hey, why not go it again, and did a fine job of running. We might be close to pneumonia out here later today, Mitch. So the three receivers coming to the near side is Rogers, Banks, and Valine. Again, the Byer lone back. We still haven't seen Greg Schmitz, who I thought we might see a little bit, because give Byer a nice dump off, and just about a great grab by Nolan Byer. So we have flags on the play, though.
Kearney State needs a break here. Get a flag against Wayne State. I'm speculating it's holding now.
And it looks like it's going to be.
Kearney State's players say it's against Wayne State.
And a lot of the fans here aren't very happy with so far, so we'll see what that brings up.
So that's going to give Kearney State another chance and make it about 3rd and 10. Offsides against Wildcats. They didn't need that. They had Kearney State stopped, and this gives Russ Harvey another chance.
Okay, we're at 3rd down. And about, looking for the marker across the field. I'll bring up 3rd down, about 11.
And I guess the weather forecast today, Kevin, is rain.
With 10:15 left to go, the ball is on the 36-yard line. Harvey back to pass, great. Hits Banks. Banks is sandwiched by number 1, Joel Ott. So Banks takes a little wake-up call.
Would have been short of the 1st down anyway, Kevin. I didn't really understand the call, but Banks is just lucky to get up.
So Banger will try to punt it away, and I do emphasize the word try.
The wind is really swirling now, and it's coming out of no particular direction. Wayne State setting up the return. Low kick, kind you'd want today.
And takes a Kearney roll, and number 35, Yulee, with the touchback.
Right there, I think Yulee should have let the ball roll a little more. It took a Kearney State bounce. I don't really understand why he caught it, but he did a good job, fine job of getting down there and covering it.
And he's been a kind of a quiet special teams for the Lopers so far. His last couple of games, he's really impressed the coaches as well as the fans getting down there on the coverage. So Mark Yulee, number 35. Lawton back in at quarterback. Blondin and Harper on the near side. Daniels comes in motion. Lawton, it looks like Jackson's going to pass the ball. Decides to tuck it underneath and take it. Was brought down by 69 for the Lopers, along with, I believe, number 73. My papers are just flying all over the place here. And
Dan Foz and John Chappell in on the stop. Kearney State secondary was not fooled on that play. It looked like it was going to be a halfback pass, but they covered the receiver all the way down the field.
Thank you for picking up the players there, Midge. And back on to the offensive side as Lawton Daniels comes in motion. In the backfield, quick out and knocked down there at the line of scrimmage. Number 69, Dan Fox.
Super play by Foz. He read the quarterback's eyes and jumped up and knocked it away. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 on their own 38-yard line. If Kearney State could get good field position if they stop them here.
Daniels and Gouldsby here on the near side with Harper and Blondin on the far side. Lone back is Jackson. The crowd getting a little vocal. Draw to Jackson. And he'll take it across for a 1st down at the 43-yard line. So great play calling by head coach for Wayne on the draw.
Super running by Jackson. He's got extremely good balance. He was hit by 3 Kearney State defenders at one point and managed to slip through and gain some extra yards as he stumbled down.
Dennis Wagner's really got to be commended there for that play call. They must have saw something in the defensive line that tipped him off to do the draw play. So it'll be first down 10, ball on the 44-yard line of Kearney State. 9 minutes even left to go in the second quarter. Lawton will keep it himself, slips down, gets hit hard by Gunn.
And Lawton's lucky to get out of that one if he gets up. He was really bent over by the Kearney State defense, and he's all right. Good defense on the play by Dan Robbins and Darren Gunn. And now Wayne State's going with that hurry-up offense.
You really can't spend too much time in the huddle. You're kind of got the momentum. Why not just go with it? You know, and the sooner you get to the ball, it's going to be dry, just as dry, and go right away. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near side. Jackson the lone back. Long count by Lawton. He'll get hit by Jackson. Harper slipped down as he made his cut, or excuse me, Goldsby slipped down as he made his cut. So the pass was even close.
The only person that had a chance at that football was Greg Nayberry. And we'll see what the flag's about. The illegal motion against the Wildcats. So that's a costly penalty for them. That'll push them back and make it 2nd and 11.
And the crowd kind of yelling out little obscenities here. And
yeah, it's homecoming.
well, at least they're into the game. Usually people that come to games like this and it's raining, they just want to watch it and go. They're being supported by a great turnout this afternoon.
Excellent turnout by the Wayne State crowd, especially in these adverse conditions.
So brings up 2nd down 11, ball on the 45-yard line. 3 receivers again the far side. This one nearest you is Goldsby. He'll hit Jackson on the flat. Darren Gunn's the first one to him. He knocks him, and then Greg Smith knocks him out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
That's a great matchup they did right there. They put Darren Gunn on Troy Jackson. Wayne State got exactly what they wanted. Kearney State had an outside linebacker coming, it looked like, and Gunn had to come clear across the field and try to get to Jackson, which Jackson's got too much speed in that case.
Blondin here on the near side, the slot back is Harper with Daniels and Goldsby on the far side. They're going the same set we've seen the whole game with Jackson in the backfield. Handoff goes to Jackson, and he's just piled up there by a bunch of lopers.
Kearney State's doing a good job on in the middle, stuffing those plays up the middle.
Made by Fox.
We were just handed the first quarter stats.
Since we're almost to halftime, it'd be appropriate that we...
Russ Harvey has 3 attempts, 6 yards.
That's just through the first quarter, so
we'll get back those stats later in this quarter.
Probably hand us the halftime stats at the end of the...
Lawton can't find anywhere to go, but he switches field. Gallon Bride grabbed his jersey to slow him down, and then the rest of the Kearney defense just kind of jumped on him.
It looked like when Lawton looked around for someone to hand the ball off, it looked like everyone on the field just kind of stopped.
One thing I really don't agree with in the quarterbacking of Lawton, you know, I shouldn't be the one to speak since I haven't played quarterback, but that's one of the things we mentioned from the out to the telecast was that he tried to make too many things happen. You know, if it was a broken play given, he did the best he could do, but if it was something he tried to improvise, that's something you don't need out there. Wind picking up here.
We're just about to blow away right now.
Pitch goes to Jackson, left side. Overrun is Greg Smith.
Oh, and he's hit hard.
He's just popped by Garland Bryant and Darren Gunn.
He jumped over someone, skipped through, and kind of took a shot. But he picked up the first down. Nice cutback by Jackson, and nice hit by the Loper defense.
First down. Be first down and 10 for the Wildcats at the 15-yard line.
It's about time for a turnover, Kevin.
The same set with the 4 receivers and the 1 back, just like we mentioned as Kearney State uses. Fake to Jackson at the middle. Lawton keeps himself and is stacked up there by number 25 for the Wildcats, Jason Garnand, and number 9, Tony Spires were just kind of wrestling over there on the side there. There wasn't no action to them, but oh well.
They were doing their job.
Yeah, can't complain with that. Jason did a fine job. Jason Garnand did a fine job of taking Spires out of the play.
Also a nice play by Matt Arts. He came up, took the pitch man, made Lawton turn it up inside.
Blondin and Harper here on the near side. Gouldsby and Daniels to the far side. Jackson alone back. Lawton to long count. Straight dive up there. Keeps himself. And Garland Bryant with a great tackle on Gale Lawton.
Garland Bryant's done a good job at defensive end all year. Right there, he stayed at home. Wouldn't let Lawton make the pitch. And a good loss on the play. Bring up 3rd and 8.
With 4:45 left to go until halftime, the Wildcats and the Lopers are all tied up at 10 apiece. As Mitch said, it was 3rd and 8, the ball resting on the 13-yard line. Long count, change audibles there by Lawton. Here comes Daniels in motion. Lawton will pitch it to Jackson. Jackson has a wide open touchdown, Wayne State Wildcats. And there you go. There's a good example of what Gale Lawton can do to a defense. He has the speed and quickness to keep it himself. But did the best thing there was pitch it to Troy Jackson and took it in for a touchdown.
That was a super call by Lawton if he changed the play at the line, which it looked like he did. He went to the weak side of Kearney State's defense, the near side, and got the matchups he wanted, and Jackson has too much speed, got it to the corner of the end zone.
Blaine Brascom will come in and to add the extra point. And it's good.
Oh, I didn't think it was.
It didn't look like it was a little bit off to the right, but with 4:16 left to go in the second quarter, the Wildcats jump out on top, 17-10. And I guess probably one thing that stood out in my mind that drive was the 3rd down and 14. When they did the draw to Jackson, he took it up for a first down and keep the drive alive.
That was a very important play. As a matter of fact, that was the crucial play in the drive. At no other time really was Kearney State in a position to stop the drive, and Wayne State with that draw continued with the drive and ended up scoring the touchdown. So Kearney State needs to come back here. The offense has had a long rest and a lot of a long visit with Coach Boroff, and I'm sure they have something planned for this last 4:15 of the first half.
So the deep backs for the Lopers will be Valine, number 16, number 20 will be Banks. Number 92, Chris Fenn will kick it off. And it's a squibber out of bounds, and that's got to be just from the ball being wet.
I don't think they were trying to kick it on. So Kearney State's got to just about take it where it's at.
You would think,
unless, of course, we've had so much success with the returns that maybe Coach Boroff wants to see if he can't break one here.
And it looks like they will re-kick. And Fenn goes out. I've never really seen a sub of a kicker before. Fenn goes out, and Branscombe, who does their field goals and extra point kicks will come in. Yeah, I don't.
It's almost like he missed the football.
Fenn, number 92, is a 5'11" freshman from Anki, Iowa. So, I don't know. They might want to let him try kicking when it's a little better weather. So we'll try to kick it off again. And this time it's down the middle to, left side, goes to Valine. Valine looking for his wall. He finds it and is undercut by number 27 for Wayne State. And my papers are all wet. That was Chris Nelson. The numbers are starting to get a little runny, so we'll do the best we can.
Bear with us here, folks. At least it's a good excuse.
So, 1st and 10, the ball resting on the 33-yard line. All three receivers out to the top of your TV screen. Far side, on the way out there is Banks, in the middle is Valine, and closest to you is Rogers, with Byers alone back. Head up to Byers. He skips through the middle, out across 35, down to the 37-yard line, and he's pumped up. Look at him. This is kind of the running back. He's usually sometimes a fullback. He's dirty, he's grimy. He just wants to get in there and power, punch away, and get up the middle for a couple yards.
I think he was disgusted with himself that play didn't go farther. He had a little, stumbled over a line or something right off the bat, then managed to retain his balance. And by that time, the defense had closed. I think he thought he could break that one for a big gain.
Second down to 5. Harvey looking to pass. Hits Rogers for a first down, and he's got a cut the blocker right down the sideline. Rogers going for a touchdown, Kearney State College.
Too much speed on the outside, and great block by Doug Banks on the cornerback. He shielded the cornerback, and Doug Banks and Omar Rogers, all he had to do was run down the sidelines, and no one's going to catch him.
We had a great view. It looked like he might have, or was on his way to stepping out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, but great balance and agility and knowledge of where he was at by Omar Rogers to stay in bounds and take it down the rest of the way for a touchdown.
I think Coach Boroff has been wanting that play to break all year. He throws that short crossing pattern across to Omar Rogers, and finally he broke one long.
So they, Grouse will come in to add the extra point to tie the score up, to attempt to tie the score up. It's up, and it goes sideways through the goalpost.
We've seen some interesting kicks so
we'll take
far.
it. So with 3:18 left to go till halftime, very high scoring first half so far. It's all tied up again at 17 all. And Mitch, I don't know. This game is living up to its billing.
Well, definitely. It is a rivalry, and it's obvious that both teams want to win this football game. Wayne State jumped out to the 10-0 lead. Then Kearney State came right back, made it 10-10. Then Wayne State had a long, sustained drive, scored the touchdown, and then Kearney State comes right back and ties it back up at 17. And we have about 3 minutes remaining in this half, and both teams have 3 timeouts left.
Anything can happen. So far these last 2 weeks, the Kearney State offense has really came out the first half scoring. The second half is a little bit to be desired sometimes. That's just because they score a lot. They kind of want to play easy football. They really don't want to pressure. I'm sure a lot of the fans might disagree with it, but if that's their game plan, then it's worked.
So there's a squibber.
And a lineman for Wayne, number 62, Eric Colbert. He starts on the offensive. He's their right tackle. Just decided to do the smartest thing and just jump on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good play. He knows he's not going to break it for a long gain.
And if it always seems to happen, if they do, they usually run out of gas off the 20-yard line. So
the football's wet. No chance of a fumble when he lays on it. So that's a smart play.
So Lawton comes in at quarterback, a straight dive to Jackson, and that field, as you can see, has got to be getting torn up in there and really slipped, because he would have got tackled by Gunn, but he slipped down first.
That's about the first time you've seen Jackson slip, too. He's been pretty sure on his feet until that point right there.
Clock's running with 2:50 left to go until halftime, and we're looking forward to half. The same receivers, near side Goolsby and Daniels, the far side Harper and Blondin. Daniels will go in motion to the far side. Lawton back to pass, can't find anybody. Dual scramble, loose, takes nice couple moves, and knocked out of bounds by Tim Arns, number 44. And Mitch, I didn't see what happened right there.
I couldn't really tell how late it was, but the crowd definitely didn't like it, and just guessing, it must have been a little late. The referees did not throw a flag.
I saw the end of it. I didn't see him hit, but he did slide down. It looks like he bounced off a Kearney player. I don't really think that any player.
And now the Wayne State fans are not very happy with Kearney State right now.
You know, I am trying to be partial up here as much as possible, but I don't think a referee, I think, really got hurt. The players are coming to line of scrimmage. Three referees are on the sidelines wiping one of the other ones off.
Well, I think if one is standing there and he's knocked down, he probably knows if there's a penalty or not.
I think that Lawton might have, I'm just guessing here, came out of bounds, slipped, ran into one of the players, and they might have given him a quick shoulder. No blood, no foul.
I guess so.
So after all that, we'll get back to the game. Lawton at quarterback again after that hit. Same receivers in. Lawton will keep it himself again. So he's brought down by Arntz, Gunn, Ortmeyer.
Nice play by the Kearney State defense. Lawton's ran that play several times, and it's starting to not work anymore. That'll bring up 4th down, and Wayne State will have to punt, and Kearney State will get the football back. And I'm kind of surprised Coach Boros not calling a timeout here, because Wayne's going to let this clock run down.
Also on that tackle, 73, John Chappell. You know, Mitch, I agree with what you were saying there about he's ran a lot and hasn't seemed to work lately, but I guess what can you do? Into punt will be Dave Menzger. Trying to get the Lopers a one bouncer, and Banger just about blocks it. Rogers calls for fair catch at the 25-yard line, and I don't know if that if the Wayne State player gave Rogers the distance he needed to catch the ball.
I think that was number 34, Troy Carmichael, and to me it didn't look like it. But it was a late call for the fair catch also, so the referee was probably a little lenient there.
So with 1:32 left to go until halftime, the score is all tied up at 17 all. Lopers take over 1st down and 10. The ball resting on the 25-yard line.
Looked like Russ Harvey had trouble there.
And Byer takes the best of it and just about gets the 1st down. We'll have to see where they spot the ball. Well, at halftime, we'll have the homecoming royalty for Wayne State.
I don't know if Kearney State's just content to run the clock down. No, it looks like maybe they're going to hurry it up now a little bit. The weather conditions aren't ideal for the hurry-up offense.
.56 seconds left to go until half. Harvey back to pass. He finds his receiver in out of the hands.
Boy, I don't know. I thought that was interference, Kevin.
Yeah, it looks like he was on him, but maybe it was one of those things where they just maybe missed it. On the attempted catch there, number 80, Donnie Lee.
That was Mo Walker on the defense. To me, it looked like he hit him just a little early, but it might have been simultaneous contact. So we'll give the referees the benefit of the doubt again and bring up 3rd down for Kearney.
And we are kind of like the kind of like the animals at a circus standing up there. Everybody's looking at us. So
we are right in the middle of the Wayne State crowd.
They're not very happy. We have the umbrellas up. We're standing up. So, well, Byer takes it himself out across the 35-yard line. Get a first down. So once they set the ball, the clock will start to run again.
I'm interested to see if maybe Kearney State might just try a deep throw for the heck of it. They have the talent, the speed.
35 seconds. Harvey under center. I'm sorry, Mitch. Okay. He sprints out to the left side. Caught by Valine. He'll get out of bounds.
So that's a good play for Kearney State. Pick up some quick yards and a quick, smart play by Valine going out of bounds. Stop the clock. I think they're looking just to get it in field goal position, and anywhere on the field with this wind, if you get it in the right position,
it'll go.
It might go.
We've seen a lot of, like we said before, a lot of unusual kicks. So, 2nd down and 4, ball on the 42-yard line of Kearney. Harvey back to pass, dumps it to Valine. Valine take it up the middle, has one person to beat, and dies at the 35. So great play calling there by Coach Boroff and good quarterbacking by Russ Harvey.
Chris Nelson made just barely caught Valine's foot, made him stumble, and then Mo Walker
finished him off. Calls a timeout. We'll take one also. You're watching Loper Football on KSTV channel 25.
Serious eye injuries can happen in the home, the yard, the workplace, or the sports field. So play it safe. Wear heavy-duty safety glasses or goggles like these when using tools that could send particles flying. Wear impact-resistant sports goggles when playing racket sports, basketball, or any game in which your eyes can be hit by a flying object or by another player. This simple precaution can save your sight. A message for eye safety from the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Memorial Field on the campus of Wayne State College with a beautiful day for football.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. We are in the ideal spot to watch this football game.
The score is all tied up at 17-all, and Kearney is on a late second quarter scoring drive. That last play before we took the break was a great dump off to Valine, who took it about 40 yards to put him in good field goal position. Harvey back to pass again. He sees Banks, and the referee says incomplete. It looked like Banks had his arms underneath the ball, but the referee was right there on top of it to make the call.
Banks is shaking his head, but he didn't argue very hard, so it was probably a good call.
I mean, anybody who catches something like that is going to for sure say, yeah, we caught it, just to get him in there into field goal position. They have probably time for one more play, and if they want to try to get a field goal out of this.
They need the quick pass and then call the timeout and get the field goal unit on. The line is doing an excellent job of protecting Harvey right now also.
Harvey under center to the far side, goes by or motion. Harvey slips down, he'll take it himself, and he falls down and does the smartest thing ever, is slide down and call timeout.
With 1 second left.
So great heads-up play there by Russ Harvey to just know he could not make it to the sidelines in time and decided to slide down and call, and then as he got up, he called timeout. So with 1 second left to go until half.
Looking at it right now, it would be almost a, 53-yard field goal, probably. So I would say it's going to be one of those where you just throw it deep and hope maybe you get a penalty. I don't think Darren Grauerholtz probably has the leg in this swirling wind to get it there.
And Kearney will call out timeout at, well.
So Kearney State uses their last timeout. thinking about what to do.
Russ Harvey is in there. I don't really know if they're going to try to go for a touchdown, I assume, or something. I kind of question the call there, but why not try it? You can't. What can it hurt? Wayne will not have a chance to get the ball back. One thing you can do is if it's blocked. Bobby Irwin goes in for Donnie Lee.
So it looks like Boroff is content to maybe go for the Hail Mary, or maybe he has a trick play like the hook and ladder or something of that sort to try in this situation.
We have seen some unusual things from Coach in the past that have worked, so you never know what he might pull out of his little so-called quote-unquote bag of tricks. So last play of the first half will be right here. Harvey back to pass. All receivers go long. He's got Banks, and it'll go incomplete. And we'll have a penalty flag.
Yeah! Super call by the referee. He was hit in the back before the ball got there. And I have to think that's a good call. I know the fans aren't going to like it, but that was definitely a good call.
Like we said, things have happened here that have never seemed to happen before. And so that'll put them in field goal range. So Grauerholz, as you can see, is walking onto the field.
The Wayne State team was ready to run to the locker room.
From my vantage point, Mitch, I thought I saw the ball being uncatchable. And then when Banks did turn around to go after that, he tackled a Wayne State player just because he intercepted it. So I thought, my first instinct was that it was a pass interference, offensive pass interference.
Well, what I saw, Kevin, was almost the same. Not quite. I felt that Doug Banks was hitting the back once he turned around to catch the football. And that's apparently what the call was. And so Kearney State will get a chance with no time remaining, as a half cannot end on a defensive penalty. And that could prove to be a huge penalty right now.
So Kearney will attempt a field goal with McDonald holding and Grauerholz in there to try it. Long count. Grauerholz will kick it, and
no chance. The wind is too much. It looked like Darren might have slipped underneath it too a little bit.
And the head coach for Wayne State is out there on the field with the referee, leaving papers in the referee's foot. He's really, really upset with the official.
And right now, I'm surprised the referee is not just walking away.
Yeah, he's really upset. I don't know what he saw, what was actually happened out there that he made him so upset to go run right out there on him and get all over him. But what was said is said, and they'll go into locker rooms all tied up at 17-all. We'll be back with the first half stats from Memorial Field. I'm Kelsey Dominic, along with Mitch Rogers. We'll see you back here for the second half. Welcome back to Memorial Field on the campus of Wayne State College. I'm Kevin Dominic, along with my partner Mitch Rogers. And Mitch, the halftime score is 17-all. We just went through some final homecoming activities, and that first half is, what can you say, but explosive, exciting, physical, and most all wet.
Definitely wet and cold. Yeah. Both teams played well the first half. Wayne State came right out, got the big lead, 10-0, and it looked like Kearney State might be in a little trouble, but thanks to a turnover and a nice play on special teams, Kearney State came back, tied it up 10-0. Wayne State again came back with a good drive, made it 17-10, but then Kearney State got the long play from Omar Rogers, Russ Harvey to Omar Rogers, and tied it up at 17-17, and Kearney State actually had a chance to go ahead right before the end of the half, but it's 17-17. I think Kearney State's got to be kind of glad that they're tied up right now.
Yeah, Wayne came out that first series and I thought, well, Kearney's in for a long football game. when they intercepted the pass and Wayne went down and scored right away. So, oh, excuse me, on the opening drive, they went down, scored, then Kearney came out and got the ball, and Russ had the interception. I thought, okay, this could be a long afternoon. But the defense for Kearney did rise to the occasion and stopped Wayne on numerous occasions. And like we have the score now at 17-all, and we'd bring you some stats, but they haven't arrived yet, so we'll get those to you as soon as possible.
We should get the halftime stats about the beginning of the fourth quarter if things go the way they have been right now. So.
Really, the rain has kind of subsided a little bit. It's coming in little bits here, little bits there, kind of spitting, so to speak. But the wind is still out in full force and swirling down on the field. So we're still looking for a very exciting second half of football.
Again, I'd like to stress, I think the turnovers are going to play a big part. If Kearney State can hold on to the football, I think they will win this football game. Yeah,
that's one thing you got to expect, though, in a game like this. We mentioned, so far all this afternoon is the ball is slick. The jerseys have mud on them. They're watery. They're going to get on the hands, get hit, and pop out, and so that's going to be a real exciting second half of action.
I bet Eric goes.
Michigan. Iowa Hawkeyes 24, Michigan Wolverines 23.
So Kearney State is going to get the ball first in this half, and maybe they can get their first lead of the ball game.
The crowd is starting to leave. They're not out here that many. They probably came for the crowning, and now since the crowning of homecoming is over, a lot of them decided maybe to find shelter and heat. So we're about ready to get the second half underway here at Memorial Field in Wayne, Nebraska. Number 10 will do the kicking. Goes to Valine. He can't handle it. He picks it back up to 25 and gets out across the 34 at the 35-yard line. The kicking again was Blaine Branscombe. He's kind of subbing for Fenn, who they replaced earlier.
Valine's hit down by Todd Alberti. Alberti is a left cornerback. He played a decent first half for the Wildcats. Got down there quickly after Valine had trouble with the handle.
So let's hope that Kearney come out here on fire and march right down for a score. The same set we've seen the whole first half with Banks, Rogers, and Valine the far side, and Byers kind of spritz it up to the middle, and he's heading out down across the 25 and gets knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
I'd say something about that play, Kevin, but I actually missed most of it. I had a friend helping me out, trying to hand me hamburgers. So looked like a good play. Nolan Byer, was it a draw play?
I was also being talked to by that gentleman, so I missed it too. It was a handoff to Nolan Byers to the left side. Didn't see that much, and how he got down to the 15 or 14-yard line is beyond me. I'm assuming he ran fast.
Nice play for Kearney State to open up with, though, and
like I said before the play, they had to come out here and explode, and they did just that with a great run there by Nolan Byer. A quick to Valine, down at the 7-yard line. And it looked like we had a little movement by the right tight end there of Donnie Lee, but no flags were thrown, so the play will stand. And the rain has now picked up again.
Just in time for playing. At halftime, it subsided naturally, and then as soon as the players come back out on the field, the rain decides to pick up again. So that's perfect timing.
First down and 4, ball on the 8. Second down 4, ball on the 8-yard line. Harvey hands it off to Byer. He gets hit hard at the 5 and rolls down at the 4-yard line. So great second effort there by Nolan Byer.
Byer was hit there by Sturba and then was knocked forward. Sturba had him somewhat stopped. Byer tried to spin off of him and got knocked forward by another tackler. Got an extra couple yards out of it.
Third down. Ball resting on the 4-yard line, 3.5-yard line. Harvey calling out the audible change. Byer lone back all 3 receivers on the far side. Byer's going to go swing it out far. Can he get there? And he's ran out of bounds. And we have a flag. We might have a little roughing penalty. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm thinking it's a face mask, Kevin.
Terry Bayer kind of strung out Nolan Byer and tackled him back at the 10-yard line.
And it is a face mask penalty, and so that'll help Kearney State out. That'll bring up a first down and goal to go. Excellent pursuit by Wayne State's defense.
And that's what Dennis Wagner, the head coach of Wayne State, does not want to see. The defense did their job down there. They held them. They actually brought them back at the 10-yard line, did a great job. And then the unfortunate of having a face mask called.
So that'll make it a first down. That'll be a half the distance to the goal penalty. And that's the kind of breaks Kearney State needs right now.
It surely won't hurt them to get something like that. They had a great drive. In the I formation for the first time is Kearney. Handoff goes to Byer, and he slips in about the 3-yard line.
The Wayne State defense is shutting down the middle now after that big play. Looks like maybe the play here might be a rollout by Russ Harvey, letting him either run or pass.
Sean Hagedon was the fullback in the I formation there for Kearney, and they'll get rid of him and go back with the double tight end set of Lee and Long with Valine on their side. Far side's Banks. Harvey keeps it himself and slips into the end zone. Touchdown, the Lopers of Kearney State College.
Super play by Harvey, kept it on the option, turned it upfield, tripped over a defender, but managed to keep his balance and get inside the end zone.
You call it, Mitch. It was like you said, it was a great job. He faked the pitch, and he called exactly what you probably needed there, and he kept it himself. You gotta almost wonder, why even try to pitch it? I know it was a design a play to fake it, but you hold the ball out there, being slick like that, or even trying to fake the pitch, you might let go of it and fumble it. So Kearney goes up 23-17. Grauholz tried to add the extra point to make it 24. And it is good. So Kearney comes out on the first drive with the help of Nolan Byer on that great run of his to go up on top of the Wildcats of Wayne State, 24-17 with 12:37 left to go in the third quarter.
That is exactly what Coach Boroff needed from this offense. That's going to fire the defense up also. First lead of the ball game for Kearney State, and it's early in the third quarter. And if the defense can come away with a big series here, things will be going Kearney State's way for the rest of the ball game, I think.
I agree. You got to, the defense, like you said, is got to be fired up. They've been doing a great job so far this afternoon of holding Wayne, giving 1 or 2 plays, long plays. They did an excellent job, and, they came out of they had a whole halftime to rest. They come out here, they're still sitting down, relax, take it easy. Now they're going to be pumped up because they're ahead 24-17. And they're going to go in there and probably do their job great and have, hopefully 4 downs and out and let Russ Harvey try it again. So Grauholz will kick it off to number 8. Back there, their deep man.
Dave Menser on the return.
And he'll take it at this 8-yard line. Up the middle, runs into one of his own players and is knocked out. Fumble, and we might have a lope, and it's Kearney State football. Again, great pursuit by the Lopers on the special teams.
Right. Excuse me, Kevin. Right now, this game is being decided by special teams. Kearney State had the long kickoff return and now 2 fumble recoveries on kickoffs.
I can't really decide. They won't see who came. We didn't see who will come out of the ball with the ball. Excuse me, out of the stack. But there's numerous Lopers celebrating. One was Hagedon. One also was Bangert, and many others. So we'll just credit that one to the special teams of Kearney State. So again, like I was saying, the defense is still on the sidelines, and that's got to be a great sign for Coach Boroff and the Lopers. Russ Harvey's back out there to go. First down 10, the ball on the 23-yard line. They'll do the reverse with Omar Rogers. He cuts up the middle, spins, and still on his feet and brought down at the 18-yard line. And that's one play that coaches ran, and they haven't. Last week they broke it for long with Valine. But, you know, besides that one, it hasn't really worked too well until now.
Very good blocking on the outside, let Omar Rogers cut it back inside, and then a nice spin move after he was hit. It looked like he was going down, kept his legs pumping, and spun off a tackler and got an extra yard out of it.
Brings up 2nd down and 6. The ball resting on the 18-yard line. Harvey will sprint out to the right, keep it himself as a blocker in front of him, and gets out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Great, he had Nolan Byer in front of him to do the blocking, and Nolan Byer did exactly what he was called upon to do, was take out one of the 3 blockers, and he did a good job.
Super communication skill there by Russ Harvey. Nolan Byer didn't know if he was going to pass or run, so he touched Nolan Byer's back, said get going and make a block, and Nolan did it, and Harvey picks up the 1st down.
So we'll have 1st down and 10, the ball on the 12-yard line. We'll need to get the 2 for a 1st down. Same receivers in the game from the outset. Nolan Byer, Nolan back. Handoff goes to Byer. He cuts it back to the right side and slips at the 10. He might have had a touchdown if he had stayed on his feet.
That's right. It looked like he had a blocker, Travis Valine out in front. Might have been able to make the block and spring him for the end zone, but the wet surface, you got to expect things like that to happen.
Yes, I agree there, Mitch. You know, what can you do? You got to play in the conditions that you're under, and they're trying. So 2nd down and 8, ball resting on the 10-yard line. There's 2 receivers is Rogers, Banks, far side is Valine. Pass will go to Rogers at the 5 and slips down at the 1, or actually the half-yard line, and he's really upset with himself, and it really isn't his fault. You alluded to it earlier, Mitch, was just the fielding.
That's that same pass we've been running to Omar Rogers all year, and it's just about unstoppable. The rush can't get to Harvey. It's too quick of a drop, and Omar Rogers across the middle, no linebacker can pick him up. And so that brings up a 1st and goal.
Fires, gets stopped, 2nd effort, and maybe he might be in there. We'll have to wait and see, and no.
And good line surge by Wayne State there to stop that play. They're looking for Byers right now.
He's been running tough all afternoon with the 2nd efforts, and just he has the momentum in his favor right now.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Kearney State pass a little quick in to Travis Valine or Doug Banks. They've done it all year. They're not afraid to pass.
The one thing I gotta disagree there, Mitch, is that you're down this low, run it in. It's 2nd down and 1. Why not try to run it in again? Harvey just about fumbles the center snap and sneaks across for a touchdown, and Russ Harvey again has his 3rd touchdown this afternoon.
So we're just 5 minutes into the 2nd half, and Kearney State has built their lead to 13 points, and Darren Grauerholtz will come in to try to make it 14. And this is exactly what Kearney State wanted to see.
You know, this has got to be a load right now. It has to be taken off the defense's back. You know, he's got to be happy, and he had that ball in his hand, and he was called upon. You know, he's been waiting all afternoon to show, actually all season so far, to show what he can do, and he's doing a great job. And this is he's running the ball. So Grauholtz adds the extra point to make the score 31-17 with 9:58 left to go in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Exciting Loper Football on KSTV channel 25.
Want to do something really nice for your friends? Next time you go out with them, if they're going to be drinking alcohol, offer to be the designated driver for the evening. That means you stick to non-alcoholic drinks and drive everyone home safely. Next time, one of them can do the same thing for you. You could be saving them from being arrested or having a serious accident. You could even be saving their lives. Now that's what I call a friend. For more information on drinking and driving, write the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Welcome back to Memorial Field on the campus of Wayne State College. I'm Kevin Slodovnik along with Mitch Rogers, bringing you the action here between Kearney State Lopers and the Wayne State Wildcats. If you tuned in late, To start off this second half, Russ Harvey has taken the ball across the goal line twice already in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Garholtz will kick it off to number 25, Jason Garnan, at the 5-yard line. Jason can't find where to go. He slips up in the middle and is brought down by Lopers. And number 27 for the Lopers is really excited, and he has the defense.
That's Mark Magadon, strong safety. He's been down on the special teams along with Steve Simmons all afternoon. And Kearney State's special teams have been the story so far.
So this will be the first time you'll be able to see the Wildcats this half. Gail Lawton is the quarterback, number 12. Troy Jackson is the running back. Daniels and Harper in the near side. Fake pitch to Jackson. Lawton will roll out and is hit hard and sacked by number 73 for the Kearney State Lopers.
John Chappell. Chappell just ran straight through his blocker, and Lawton just like turned around. Was so surprised to see him, had nowhere to go, and Chappell makes a nice play. Looked like Lawton was going to go deep on that play, and looked like all receivers were covered, and a good pass rush stops that play.
So that'll bring up second down and 16 for the Wildcats of Wayne State. Lawton under trouble again and hit hard again. That's number 52.
Gary Estes coming in for the sack. Sorry, Kevin. Excuse me, Kevin.
My notes are getting wet here, and I have I don't even see the names anymore out there. I should know them by now.
So the pass rush is now getting to Lawton, and Wayne State just seems to be in cement right now. That's probably a compliment to the defense of Kearney State. They came out pumped. They know that they have to back up what the offense just did the last 2 times down the field. Lawton back to pass again, and it looks like he's in trouble again. He runs out of one. Greg Smith comes up in there, tries to make the tackle. He slips one of those and knocked out of bounds by Tim Arntz on the far side. Oh, excuse me, that's Darren Gunn. He was under heavy pressure, kept slipping a couple tackles, and couldn't find anywhere else to go. Super pursuit by the Kearney State defense. It looked like Lawton had happy feet back there. He had some time, it looked like, to pass, and maybe that's a tribute to the secondary. The receivers were covered. He decided he had to run it, and now they're going to have to punt. Coach Wagner has talked about how his offense has been inconsistent all year. Maybe this is a sign of it right now.
He was happy last week that they started coming out of that little rut they were in. But this week hasn't been so far. A fair catch by Omar Rogers, and they'll just get away and let the ball roll. Takes a Wayne State roll, and it will end up rolling at the 49.5-yard line of Wayne State.
So good field again for Kearney State, good field position. And right now, the things have really turned for the Lopers.
Many of the fans here are giving obscene gestures with their hands to the Lopers as they come off the field, and you know that's just got to be something that you got to put up with everywhere you go. You know you're going to be an enemy when you come into someone else's home and try to and are ahead right now. So I'm sure the players will take it all in stride.
I don't think the players really care right now. They're in.
Harvey under center. First down, 10, the ball on the 49. He'll look to pass to Valine, his favorite receiver, and he'll pick a first down, 10 again. So the great combination of Valine Harvey has been just strong all afternoon.
Well, Valine is running his defender off. He acts like he's going to go deep, and the next thing you know, he stops and Harvey hits him.
Well, that'll first down, 10, ball on the 39-yard line. On the near side here is Banks and Rogers. The far side is Valine. The lone back, as we've seen again, is Nolan Byer. Handoff goes to Byer up the middle. He'll take it right up the middle again and get across 35 down to the 33-yard line. So the line, I mean, by watching the line, you really don't give much credit to the linemen of any team, but they're doing a great job out there blocking, open the holes up for the runners to get through.
Right now, Pat Shaban made a very good block. The defender made a nice play bouncing off that block and making the tackle, but Shaban created a hole for Nolan Byer. And when Byer can gain 5 or 6 yards of crack, you know Kearney State's in control of the football game.
Pick up the blitz well. Russ Harvey's hit then and stays on his feet. And he's having trouble. Hits, oh. We'll just let the picture speak for itself, people. That's undescribable what just happened there. Russ Harvey was, well, I'll try. Russ Harvey was just under heavy pressure. He made a run. They blitz and they picked the blitz up real well. Then one of the Wayne State players at number 28 for Wayne,
Mo Walker just came up over the top, was all over Harvey, and Harvey did a great job of scrambling out to the far sideline and hitting Byer at about the 25, and Byer took it down about the 16, 17 yard line of Wayne. And if you can understand that, people, it was something to see. And give credit to the receiving corps, Nolan Byer and the rest of the receiving corps. They just kept running around until they could find an open spot, and Harvey finally found Byer.
So that's first down 10. The ball resting on the 18-yard line. Handoff goes to Byer, and he just lost his footing coming out of the backfield and skips down to about the 17. So pick up maybe 1 yard.
If Kearney State could punch one in right here, it'd be one of those leads that I don't think in these conditions Wayne State could probably come back.
All the momentum is shifted to Kearney State's side so far, and you know, like you said, with these conditions, it might be tough to come back from a 21-point deficit. Harvey under center, looking back to pass. The quick end of Valine and in and out of his hands, and that has partially to do. It should have been caught. That could partially do just for the fact that the ball was wet. His body, as you can see, is covered with mud and dirt. So
that was a tough catch. It was a little behind him, a little low, and with the wet football, made it extremely tough. 3rd and 9 for the Lopers, and but the way the second half's been going, it wouldn't surprise me if they get the first down.
I agree. 3rd down and 9. Like we've mentioned before, ball on the 17 with 5:59 left to go in this third quarter. And we still haven't got the halftime stats yet, but we'll give them to you. Harvey sprinting out to his right side, has one person to beat, and gets out of bounds at the 9-yard line, and 10-yard line, excuse me, and he did not pick up the first down, but he got him within a little better field goal range.
Harvey just plain out ran their linebacker Bob Sturba to the sidelines, Sturba being the All-American from last year. And when you can do that, you know that things are going pretty well.
So Grouse will come in to attempt the field goal attempt. Be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Whistles blow and flags fly, and many of the Kearney State linemen are on their backs. I think they heard the whistles, and I think they kind of gave up, and Wayne State kind of took advantage of that.
So a legal procedure against Kearney State, that'll back Darren Grauer holds up 5 yards, and that'll make it a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Oh yes,
it was a little bit. It was.
They were on the 7. I believe it was on the 17, and 10 yards is only 27. So I am not enrolled in math class, so maybe I should take it up second semester. And it's way far to the left, and we have running into the kicker by number 23 for the Wayne State.
That's Todd Alberti again. He's made some big plays, but that one will be costly. That should probably get a first down for Kearney State. He hammered Darren Grauerholtz.
Yeah, you know, he just about had the block, and then he did, like you said, get hammered. So we'll see what the thing is.
That may just be a 5-yard penalty, and Grauerholtz will get a kick another one.
On the sidelines, Travis Avleen has put on a new pair of, I believe, gloves. He's testing them out with the gription. So we'll.
And so we'll bring up another field goal attempt. They didn't get an automatic first down out of it. And now it will be a 27-yard attempt. The one.
That was just a 5-yard field goal attempt. Or excuse me, 5-yard penalty, I'm sorry. Grauerholtz this time puts it up, and good.
Just barely snuck over the side from our vantage point, and that's going to make it a 17-point lead for Kearney State.
And with 5:37 left to go in the third quarter, and they're really scoring hard. I mean, scoring a lot, and the wind is picking up, and the rain's coming down a little bit harder. 34-17 to score.
Alcohol Awareness Committee, civilizing our nation, taking a stand against alcohol abuse.
You know, this has got to be one of the most positive afternoons so far that Coach Barf has experienced this season, Mitch. They come out always the first half playing excellent football. The second half they come out a little sluggish, but you know, always seem to do the job towards the end of the game and come back and win. But this game is totally different what we've seen them in the past. They've come out the second half, scored 17 points.
Yeah, in just 9.5 minutes of the second half. So Kearney State has come alive, and maybe it's partly because it's that old tradition, that old rivalry, 18 straight wins, and they just weren't going to let it go 18-1.
As a player, I think that you don't want to be the team that ruins any streak.
I agree with that, Kevin.
A nice kick by Grauerholtz. It will roll out of the end zone, so they'll bring it back out to the 20, and so he's having a great afternoon kicking.
Again, special teams playing a big part. No run back. And Wayne State will have to start deep at their own end, their own 20.
And the defense has been on the field only for 4 plays. 3 plays and then the punt, so they got to be well rested, and they want to be out there to hit somebody. They're doing a great job penetrating the offensive line of Wayne and getting to the quarterback, Gale Lawton. So first down 10, the ball on the 24, the Wildcats. Daniels goes in motion. Lawton hands it off to Jackson, and he gets maybe 2 to 3 yards.
Right in the middle of that Kearney State defense, and we have a loper down, looks like.
Yeah, it's number 85.
Chris Hooten, slow getting up, and he just looks like maybe he got his bell rung.
And we'll take a break here while they're tending to Chris out there on the field. With 5:24 left to go in the third quarter, the score is Kearney State 34, Wayne State 17. You're watching Loper Football on KSTV, channel 25.
I'm Leslie Nielsen, and this is something I know about personally. That's back injuries. It can be very painful and debilitating. Now, here's some of the ways to prevent them. Use a chair with proper support, especially in the lower back. Get up and move around every 20 minutes or so. Lift the right way. Knees bent, back straight. Tighten the stomach muscles. Push up with your legs. Exercise your stomach muscles. They can save your back from too much stress. Now, if the back pain is severe or persistent, then see your doctor. This is a message from the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Welcome back to the Kearney State football game. Excuse me. They're attending to Chris Hutton down on the field. I didn't see the injury. They have quite a few trainers and people around him. It looks like he's going to get up. It might be a twisted knee or ankle. He's having trouble walking on his own, so they'll help him off the field. We're at Memorial Field here on the campus of Wayne State College, and the weather just, I know we've kind of talked about it all afternoon, but it's just something that you got to understand that the players are going through down there on the field. They are having a tough time getting gription on the ball, traction on the field.
And it's getting us pneumonia here, so bear with us if we have trouble getting names and stuff. We're extremely wet. and everything we have as far as rosters is blotted out.
So we'll get back to action. Chris Hutton is off the field, and he'll be attended to on the sidelines. In motion is Harper. Lawton will keep it himself and try to get it back up the middle, and just hit hard by Tim Arns and driven back. And again, the defense is really doing the job.
And Lawton gets up with a little limp. He was forced back by Arts, and then the rest of the defense jumped on Arts' back. And
I mean,
the defense is playing as good as they have in a long time right now in these last 2 series.
That's great to see, that the defense is really rallying around everybody and coming in to help out. But you really want to be careful when you're tackling a quarterback. If you hear the whistles, let up and let go, because they really don't need a penalty at this stage of the football game. Even though they are up 17 points, you know, they might want to score some more, and they don't want to give the Wildcats a first down. 3rd down and 5. The ball is on the 25-yard line. 4:11 left to go in the 3rd quarter. In motion goes Jackson to the far side. Lawton back to pass. He can't find anybody. He'll scramble out to the far side himself and knock out of bounds. And a coach on the far side goes down too. I believe that's number 40 with the number is 48 for Dan Robbins.
Super hit by Dan Robbins. He closed quickly, beat Lawton to the stakes, and knocked him out of bounds, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
As you can see, the defense hustles off the field because the Wildcats punting unit was on the field already, so they had to get off and get the punting special team on the field. Back deep for the Lopers is Omar Rogers, 31, and Doug Banks, number 20. Long cadence, try to draw him off sides. Half a decent kick. Banks will take it and try to run it, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And that's probably a smart thing to do, is catch the ball. If he was going to let it go, it probably would have took a Wayne roll, and they would have had kind of back further than usual. So they start off at the 45-yard line.
So John Lanier, a big guy from the Wildcat defensive line, hustled down and stopped Banks. He was the first one downfield, and you don't see that really very often.
You're right. I'm sure Banks just wanted to make sure he had the ball in his hands, secure, and he didn't want to try to catch on the run or anything. So Lopers take over, 1st down and 10. The ball on the 46-yard line. Lone back is Byers again. Haven't seen Greg Schmitz this afternoon. I'm not sure if he made the trip or not. Harvey under pressure, and he'll get sacked back at the 29-yard line, and I'm sure he would have scrambled out of that, Mitch, but he slipped, and that's what gave the defenders a little more time to get on him.
Pat Murray does a nice job of riding Harvey down. Harvey had a chance to get away, and Murray didn't give up on the play and slid him down. So big loss on the play. That'll bring up
2nd down, 27. The ball back, like you said, on the 29-yard line, and you got to expect a long pass here. Going to the far side is Valine. The near side is Rogers and Banks. Lone back is Byers. And I look for something like the Wayne State guys to come hard. Looking for Valine on the sprint, and great pass catch by Travis Valine at the 40-yard line. Awesome, awesome, Mitch.
That's all you can say right now. What a catch by Travis Valine. Diving, he extended his body completely and brought it in. And I know even the Wayne State fans gave out some oohs and ahs there.
It was excellent coverage by the defenders, but Valine turned on that little extra burst of speed and then dove for the ball. And there's a 1st down and 10 for you.
Probably the best pass Russ Harvey's thrown all day in this wind. Tight spiral on the ball, right where it had to be.
Great protection by the line, so Russ Harvey get that pass away. Harvey again will try to pass, and this time it is thrown into the ground, but there will be no intentional grounding call, and that's what the fans here in the stands want to hear.
And maybe I'd agree with them there.
Yeah, there was no receiver in the vicinity within 10 to 15 yards of that ball. You know, you got to give credit to Harvey. He's thinking out there. You always want you. That's why he's the quarterback. But he was going to be thrown for a loss. He let go of the ball. Here on the near side is Valine, who had that excellent catch. Draw to Byer at the middle. He'll shake one tackle, get across 35 and down to about the 32. And number 57, I believe that's Chris Ford.
Scott Ford.
Scott Ford, excuse me. Came diving in after the after Nolan Byer was down and just clocked somebody back a few yards.
Tom Bren, the senior right tackle for Kearney State, had a super block downfield, led Nolan Byer forward, and Byer cut off his block and got some extra yards. The line is really playing well right now.
I'm sure the offensive coordinator of Wayne is not liking what he's seeing out there. Here comes Byer towards you. Harvey will keep it himself. He'll pick up the first down. That was 3rd and short, and he kept it himself, so he got across the 30. First down 10 will be the signal, I assume, for the official, and they are moving the chain, so first down 10, ball resting on the 30-yard line.
And right now, with a minute 40 remaining in the third quarter, this is kind of where Kearney State can start thinking about eating clock when they want, if they have a chance to run the football.
Some friendly fans up here. Byers can't find some of the outside, but he'll cut it back up beneath, and a probably no gain on the run.
Nice job by Nolan Byer just to get back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of good pursuit by the Wayne State defense. Got in the backfield quickly.
And they're still attending to Chris Hutton down there on the sideline, so they have the crutches out. I'm sure when we know more about the injury, we'll get back to you about it. If not, you can tune into the Coach Claire Boroff show every Wednesday night following the highlights of this game, which starts at 6:30. Going deep for Valine. Touchdown, Kearney State College again. A great pass, a 30-yard touchdown pass to number 16, Travis Valine, Russ Harvey's favorite receiver so far this season.
And this third quarter, Kevin, Kearney State is just doing anything at will right now.
You know, you talk about it all afternoon, and what can you say? You look at the jersey of Travis Valine. It's got mud. He's got grass on his helmet. He's dirty. He's soaking wet. But he's having fun out there.
Well, anytime you're winning 40-17, you have fun, Kevin. But yeah, the offense and the defense this half have just played super.
Yeah, you can't. The aisles are starting to fill, and it's not even the end of the third quarter. And I sometimes wish we were in those aisles leaving. Grauerholtz adds the extra point to make the score. Kearney 41, Wayne 17, with 39 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And
so this is Kearney State's biggest offensive output of the year so far, Kevin, with 41 points.
Yeah, it is, and what even makes it all the better is that 24 of these points have come in the third quarter alone.
That's right. This has got to be a great feeling for Kearney State. A lot of people thought Wayne State would win this ball game, and I know a lot of people, including myself, thought it would be a very closely contested football game, and I guess it still could be, but and we're just about to blow away. My partner in crime here, Kevin Sladovnik's umbrella just took off, and he's kind of like Mary Poppins right now. It is a terrible day here, but a good day for Kearney State football.
Well, we're going to get back here to action here pretty soon. We're still waiting on those halftimes.
The accommodations here at Wayne have been excellent.
We're underway again of this kickoff, and fumble, but Wayne will get back on the ball just about. If that would have been recovered by Kearney, I don't know what you would have seen. Two people standing in the stands.
Ball returned to the 26, so the Rouse got to have a first down.
So right now, everything is going the Lopers' way. They can't do anything wrong.
And that's nice to see. You know, a lot of this year it's been the other way around. Kearney State's had all the breaks go against them, and right now it's changed around, and Kearney State's doing what they know how to do and what they can do the rest of the year.
So first down 10, Lawton pitches to Jackson, he'll bring it to the left side, fumbled, and he recovers it himself. I believe that the official blew the whistle as the ball was being snuck back in. They probably would have called him being down. So
Jackson got the old clubhouse bounce, came right back to him, and a lot of fumbles right now.
Well, that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with the score: Kearney State 41, Wayne State 17. You're watching exciting Loper football on KSTV, channel 25.
Do you drink more when you feel under pressure?
When sober, do you often regret what you said or done while drinking? Have you failed to keep promises you made to yourself about cutting down on drinking? We have 26 questions that can tell you whether it's alcoholism that's tearing up your life. 26 questions with one big answer to your problems.
For your free pamphlet, call your local affiliate of the National Council on Alcoholism, or toll free 1-800-NCA-CALL.
We're here at Memorial Field on the campus of Wayne State College, the homecoming game for the Wildcats of Wayne in Wayne, Nebraska, where Kearney State is kind of beating the Lopers, Kearney State's beating the Wildcats handily, 41-17. We're just going to start off the fourth quarter of action here at Memorial Field. I'm Kevin Sladovnik, along with Mitch Rogers, bringing this game where you can watch it again on Wednesday night at 6:30. Lawton back to pass. He can't find receivers. He hits number 3, Harper, wide open. He hit him in the hands, and that's probably the best place he could hit him, but he falls incomplete.
He had all kinds of time back there, but good coverage by the secondary. Wouldn't let anybody get open. And then finally Harper sprang free underneath, but had trouble hanging on to the football for Wayne State. And it's starting to get cold enough out here, I can't really talk anymore.
I'm having trouble. Kind of my toes have gone awry on me. All 3 receivers on the near side goes Daniels, Harper, and Blondin. Lawton back to pass. He'll try to hit Goolsby, and that's incomplete. So nothing is really going right for the Wildcats of Wayne.
It wasn't a great pass by Lawton, but it was definitely catchable, and that's two missed opportunities by Wayne State to gain valuable yards, and it looks like maybe they've kind of lost their concentration.
This is going to end up being excellent field position for Kearney again, and they're not going to complain. They're going to take it as much as possible. They are bringing a tractor in for Chris Hutton to get him into the locker room and see what actually is wrong with him. A bad snap by the center, but he gets it off.
And Omar Rogers will return it. Number 15 for the Lopers.
Rogers on the return.
Colby Lathrop was out there running after the punter, but the ball went so far back that Lathrop couldn't get to him, and the punter did a good job of getting
yeah,
the
Metzger
ball
did a
off.
fine job of getting that ball in his hands and then kicking it, and it kind of set him back there at the Lopers will take over at the 47-yard line. But that's good field position. But in a situation like that, it could have been better.
Well, I think right now the way things are going for Kearney State, you can't really complain a lot. So
that's true. I agree. So on quarterback again is Russ Harvey. He'll fake the handoff to Byers, and Banks will come on the reverse. One person to beat, and he'll slip the 20 out of 24 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A pickup of about 7 to 8 yards.
Looks like Claire Boroff not content to sit on this 41-17 lead. He's willing to take a chance with the reverse. And it's a play that Kearney State does run occasionally, and so it's a good time to practice it.
Yeah, it'll never hurt to keep practicing out there. In all instances, this game is basically over. I really don't want to be too biased out here, but I think with having a lead as they do, you know, try some things you might want to try again next week against Shattern, because they go to Shattern next week, and Shattern's rated, I believe, 3rd in NAIA.
Shattern State's undefeated right now, going into this week, 7-0, and definitely a very tough team for Kearney State to play against.
They, as you can maybe see in your screen, Chris Hutton is going off in the back of that truck, and an ambulance has pulled onto the track out here. We'll see if he does go off on into that ambulance after this play. Rogers here on the near side, Byers alone back, and Valim the far side. Pitch goes to Byers, and he's hit hard by number 41 for Wayne, along with number 55, their All-American.
Scott Fleming hit Byer very hard. Byer did a good job of getting back up.
As you're seeing there, they are taking Chris Hutton down to that ambulance, I believe. They're going to probably take him to the hospital for an x-ray and see exactly what is the problem. They don't want to be too, they always want to be cautious when it comes to a player's well-being out there in the field. And then he's a very integral part of the Kearney State football team.
So we'll hope it's not serious. This game is being sponsored by Killian Motors, Bogart's Food Stores, Kearney State Bank, the Big Apple, and Platte Valley State Bank. So thank those people.
And Russ Harvey will call a timeout with 13:11 left to go in the game. The score is the Kearney State Antelopes 41, the Wayne State Wildcats 17. And you're watching the exciting Loper football on cable station 25 KSTV.
For nearly half a century, we've fought America's #1 drug problem. We're the National Council on Alcoholism. NCA works to keep kids from drinking, to prevent alcohol-related birth defects, to keep our highways safer, and to help alcoholics and their families find help for the disease. For the facts about alcoholism and other drug addictions, call your local affiliate of the National Council on Alcoholism or toll-free 1-800-NCA-CALL.
We're back here at Memorial Field where the score is Kearney State 41, Wayne State 17, 13:11 left to go in this contest. Villeen will go in motion. Harvey loses footing, looking for Banks on the far side, and just over his head. You know, the Harvey-Villeen combination is going real well here. Is it maybe that they had the last couple times on the field, they reversed to Banks, they threw this pass to Banks? Is it maybe because the defensive is starting? I mean, I know that this half, Villeen's kind of ran wild. But maybe Coach Wagner of Wayne said, you double team Villeen, and we'll make them go to the other receivers.
That could be part of it. It looks like it's just a situation where Russ Harvey sees that the cornerbacks are playing really tight against our wide receivers, and so he decides to beat them with a deeper out, and he has a couple times.
The two backs is Hagedorn. Sean Hagedorn got the handoff from Harvey. He took it to the left side.
Stopping by Rob.
Not much running room for Hagedorn. He had a lot of defenders in the backfield almost before he could get the ball. So bring up a 3rd down for the Lopers.
3rd and 10 at the 40 of Wayne. And I'm sure a lot of the players out there have to be
and right away we get the 3rd quarter statistics.
Harvey gets out of it great and just slips down, and you know, what can you say? He did a great job of getting away, and then it looks what happened. He in the grasp of 3 players, gets away, and the mud brings him down.
He was under a heavy rush from Adam Boyka, and somehow got out of that, and then with this weather and the terrible field conditions.
To kind of bring you, excuse me about that, but up to date of the game so far through the statistics we just handed. As you know, the score is Kearney State 41, Wayne 17. Kearney State has 16 touchdowns so far in this game, as Wayne State has 12. Rushing, Kearney State 108 yards on 29 attempts. Wayne State has 37 attempts for 189 yards. The passing yardage is just incredible. 231 yards passing for Kearney State this afternoon. Harvey's 14 of 22 with 1 interception. The total offense for Kearney is 339 yards. Total offense for Wayne, 241 yards.
And you have to figure most of those yards for Kearney State have come here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they have really exploded this third quarter. Lawton keeps it himself. Arts tries to arm tackle him, and then he just gets smashed by a load of the defense of Kearney State.
Lawton's very tricky, especially with this wet field. It's hard, like Matt Hartz kind of slid right past Lawton. Any other day on a dry field, I don't think you'd see Lawton get past him like that.
Yeah, but he does have quickness, so that could also be another thing. He might have still got past him with the dry field and how quick he is.
11 more minutes in this game, Kevin.
I don't think Kearney will ever look so good. Lawton under center. All three receivers, Daniels, Blondin, and Harper in the near side. The lone back is Jackson. Lawton looking to pass. He can't find anybody. Penalties fly. He's sacked in the backfield by number 37.
The coverage of the secondary is just excellent. They force Lawton to hold the ball much longer than he can against the pass rush and cause a couple sacks, especially here in the second half.
I'm having trouble turning the page. I can't feel my fingers. Shannon Hansen there on the tackle, along with Tim Arndt. A new receiving core is in. They were last play for the Lopers, or excuse me, the Wildcats. The penalty will be against the Wildcats.
It'll be a holding call, pretty much where the flag went, right in the middle of the line. And so Kearney State took the penalty to make it a first down again.
So first down and 20, ball on the 29-yard line of Wayne. Blondin and Daniels on the near side. Far side is Goolsby and Klepspies.
Greg Smith might have been able to pick that football off had he been looking at the football. He looked at the receiver, who was Lamar Daniels, and said, well, I'm going to knock you, instead of grab the ball, and it's good coverage by Smith.
So we'll bring up second down 20. Ball still on the 29-yard line, and I know, Mitch, what else can possibly go wrong for the Wildcats here this afternoon?
The weather could change. The weather could get bad.
Garden here on the near side. Far side over there is Daniels and Goolsby. Lawton, hands off to Jackson, and Jackson's upended by number 28, Greg Smith.
Nice play by Smith. Got lower than Jackson. That's one problem Kearney State's been having when tackling Jackson. Got underneath him and upended him. And the clock continues to run with every running play.
Third and 13, ball on the 35. Four receivers in for the Wildcats. Blondin, Gillespie, Daniels, Goolsby, and Jackson. And we'll have delay a game, I believe, for the Wildcats. They have a little trouble deciding what play they're going to run out there.
Well, Wayne State lined up, shifted their offense around. Then Kearney State made the right adjustment and shifted their defense, and then it looked like Lawton was just confused. So that'll bring up 3rd and 18. And Wildcats might be in the hole as far as yardage goes this half.
They're
defense
not very
is
much on the positive side this half.
doing a job right now.
Under 9 minutes left to go in the football game. Again, 4 receivers in for Daniels. Goes in motion to the far side. Lawton back to pass. Dumps it off to Jackson. And he'll get possibly back to the line of back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing more. And a lot of the people are just moving around here just to keep warm. They're
10 people from the Loper defense were in on the tackle.
And it looks like if another Loper getting up slowly, well, I guess there's unloading the stack, I believe. So that will bring in the punter for the Wildcats and Dave Menzer, excuse me. The deep back, excuse me, Rogers and Banks. Low snap again. Menzer has it well. A decent punt. Fair catch for Omar Rogers at the 29-yard line, and that's where Russ Harvey and the Lopers will take over.
And you know, I think in a way Kearney State would like to score again just to put a little more icing on the cake, especially well, this Wayne State team was rated early in the year, 14th, I believe. And so that's, you know, it's important to let everybody know that Kearney State is not dead. They're back.
Exactly. The start, still the same lineups in, but on the far side is Bank, near side is Boline. The I-back is Byers. The fullback is Sean Hagedorn. Harvey rolls out to his left and tries to sneak it up inside, is brought down. We have a flag.
It's a very late flag. I think it must have been a face mask.
That are a late hit on the quarterback. And you called it correctly, Mitch Rogers, with the face mask. 7:38 left to go in the football game. Your score here is your lovable Kearney State Antelopes 41, the Wayne State Wildcats 17. Again, Kearney trails up to Shadron next weekend to take on Shadron State, then returns home the following weekend to take on November 3rd, that would be, against Fort Hays University, and then is home for the last home game November 10th against Northwest Missouri State.
One thing about that Shadron State game, Shadron played Wayne and beat them 30-3. And so it looks like Kearney and Shadron will be two evenly matched ball teams.
Beyer takes it right up the gut and takes it down to the 33-yard line. Getting back to the Shadron game, Mitch, if you're Coach Boroff, you've really got to be pleased that the offense is peaking right now. I mean, you'd like to see them peak maybe one of the first three games of the season, like third game of the season, say. But, you know, hey, well, they'll take it when it's there. And going against the undefeated Shadron team, they'd probably nothing more they'd want to do than go up there and beat Shadron at home and having them being rated and undefeated.
And I've also heard that it is Shadron State's homecoming next week, so everybody's trying to knock off the Lopers on homecoming, and right now, Kearney's going to be the spoiler this time.
Handoff goes to Hagedorn.
Beyer may have picked up the first down. Looks like he got a good spot, and I think he'll have it.
Excuse me, that was Nolan Beyer. The jersey's a little bit wider than I have seen throughout the game, and it looked like it was white, and I was covered in mud, so I just assumed it was Sean Hagedorn. Hats off. We should go to the linemen, doing a magnificent job in there, doing the blocking up front for the, you know, they don't get much recognition out there, and many people kind of overlook them, but you know, they're just an integral part of this team, the Lopers, than the quarterback and the receivers.
And also to Craig Heinitz, our cameraman, who's picking up all the great pictures for you to see. Watch Kearney State Lopers beat up on Wayne this weekend.
Nolan Beyer is dragged back to about the 28-yard line, and they'll bring up.
That was made by Barista.
It's third down and about 10. Excuse excuse me, the scoreboard said 3rd down. It is 2nd down and 10, and we don't want to see a recurrence of Colorado, Nebraska out here.
That's exactly what I was just about to
They are
say.
taking a Wayne State player off the field. As you can see, we haven't have a number. He has his jersey off already, so hope he is doing all right along with Chris Hutton of Kearney State. Fake handoff goes to Byer, and they had everybody faked out, and Harvey just can't keep his footing out there, and he's really upset himself. And Wayne State will call a timeout.
Harvey had miles and miles of field to go.
And there are quite a wide range of Kearney State fans here, and that's magnificent to see. They travel, from Kearney, it's about a 3.5-hour drive that we've been talking about often. The conditions here are just unbearable, and they've stuck it out, rooted this team on for a victory, if it stands like it is. And even the Wayne fans are here, and that's good to see support. Usually a team getting beat at this juncture of a football game, only fans that are left here are the announcers and the team that is winning.
Or some people just having a lot of fun, so.
And we'll get ready to go back underway here. The time is set. Clock will run when the ball is snapped. Rogers and Banks on the near side, the far side, Valine, Byers, the lone back. And that's something that it's kind of weird, you know, these kind of conditions, people can get hurt easily, and he's leaving his starters in there, so you almost got to question that.
Well,
the pass goes to Rogers and just slips out of the hands of Russ Harvey, and you know, it's getting ridiculous out there with the conditions, and they're just having a tough time doing anything you want.
The middle of the field is just mainly mud right now.
You know, and I know you got to go with the hash marks, put the ball in the hash marks, but they could try to find somewhere where they could find some better footing on the field for both teams.
So Dave Bangert into punt the football. Back deep for the Wildcats will be Dave Menser.
And a spiral by Bangert.
And again, guess who's there to get the football?
And we have a little pushing and shoving there on the
Steve
field.
Simmons there again covering the ball. He's been in on every special teams play this afternoon.
Number 36, Mike Wingert for the Lopers, and number 5 for the Wildcats, Clint Williams, were kind of having a little shoving match in the middle of the field there on that punt coverage, but they got up, stuck to their helmets, patted themselves on the end, and went back to the sidelines.
4:35 remaining, and
new ball is being sent in. Lawton still in at quarterback. 85, Gillespie's in there receiver along with Blondin and Daniels. Lawton looking for somebody, can't find, he'll hit. Well, Tony Spires for Kearney almost, but
Spires made a good break for the football. It was intended
for Harris.
Kip Harris, a running back out of the backfield, and again, Lawton felt pressure. The Kearney State defense's secondary is excellent right now, playing as well as they've played.
You'd almost think the defense would almost start to be being a little lackadaisical out there, start giving up. They're ahead by a wide margin, 4:15 left to go in the game, but they're playing just as hard as they did the first play of the first quarter. Lawton back to pass, nice catch there by Marlon Goolsby. He had to reach behind him and carry it in.
Brought down by Mike Arnold on the play. Right now, Kearney State just wants to keep the clock running.
In motion is Harris. Lawton will try to hit Harris. He does. He makes a nice inside move. Escapes a couple tackles and brought down there by number 9, Tony Spires.
Nice run by Harris. He eluded Dan Robbins and Mike Arnold. But also a nice play by...
And we have a Wayne State player down the field. I think it will be, well, I'm not going to make any assumptions until I know for sure who is on the field. While they're attending to that Wayne State player, we'll take a timeout here with 3:39 left to go. You're watching Kearney State Loper football on KSTV channel 25.
Asia has so many people who are hungry and sick. You may think any help we would give them would just be a drop in the bucket, but each drop can make a ripple of hope. Lutheran World Relief has shown that by working together, we can provide knowledge and resources that help people overcome their poverty, grow more food, and improve health care. If enough of us put a drop in the bucket, it will overflow. A message from the Lutheran churches in your community and Lutheran World Relief.
Welcome back to Memorial Field. The injured player was number 4, Marlon Goolsby, a 5'10", 165 junior from Columbus, Ohio, and he went out under his own power. Well, back to action. Again, the score is Kearney State 41, Wayne State 17. Lawton wants his receiver, Klipsby, to go further out. Daniels, Blondin, and Harper the far side. Here comes Daniels in motion. And he's hit hard and sacked, and he's hit by number 89, Garland Bryant, hard, and number 31, Harris, came up with a fumble recovery and just fell down or slipped down at the 35-yard line.
Like you said earlier, Kevin, it's starting to get ridiculous. They need to get the ball from the other hash mark. It's just the middle of the field is just mud and slop, and there's no, people just can't keep their feet.
Second and 20, the ball on the 35-yard line of Wayne. Along with the count. He'll hand it off to Harris, and Harris will bring the near side, and he's tripped up hard by number 28, Greg Smith, and number 48, Dan Robbins.
Nice call by the Wayne State offense. It's, getting late in the game. Let's keep it in bounds, get it over with.
And, that's probably the best thing. It's 2:15 left to go, and what? Daniels comes in motion the near side. Lawton throws to Daniels, and he's fumbles at one time, holds on to it the second, and dumps across out the 45.
So Kip Harris is getting a lot of valuable playing time right now, and made a nice adjustment to the football. Bring up 4th and 1.
1:40 left to go in the game, and they'll just keep the clock rolling right along here. 85, Khalees Spies comes in. The rain has stopped here, but the wind is blowing hard.
And the fans tell us it hasn't stopped where they're at.
The very vocal fans here.
Having a fun time on homecoming.
Lawton keeps the ball, and he sneaks it across for a first down on 4th down and about 3.
And all I know is the heater better be on in the fan. So that'll bring up a first down for the Wildcats, and they're trying to maybe get a quick score before the end of the game.
The clock continues to run. We're under 1 minute to play here, and we're just rolling right along.
Loper defense.
Long count by Lawton. Sorry to interrupt you there, Mitch. Lawton back to pass. He will try it for Goolsby. I think it was a little tough. And incomplete. That will stop the clock with 42 seconds. And once they get the ball in play, set down, they'll roll the clock again.
Nice pursuit by Tony Spires and DJ Vokalek. Also a nice play by Matt Arty He was a little late reading it, but then he saw it and tried to back up and get to the play.
Iowa State 33, Oklahoma 31.
With Lott under center, the two same receivers as the entire game: Daniels, Harper, Goolsby, and Cleesby. Lott looking to pass. He's scrambling. He goes to the far side. And Tim Arts will throw him down, and Garland Bryant will dive in also. And the clock will keep running with 25 seconds left to go in the game, and Wayne State, I think, will call a timeout. The fans here are starting to undo their umbrellas, fold the blankets up, pull in the parkas, and get the heater running here at the field.
Just a reminder,
It's been a very exciting game, to say the least. So many different things have happened this afternoon that this is something, if you were writing a book, you would start right here. The score, like we said before, is 41-17. Wayne hasn't even gone track this half at all.
Kearney State exploded in the third quarter. It was a 17-17 game at halftime. Kearney State exploded in the third quarter with 24 unanswered points. Special teams played a great part in it, and Russ Harvey and the offensive line and receivers, and everyone just did an excellent job, and the defense has held Wayne scoreless here in the second half.
Well, Lawton will take the ball in his own arm and slips right in front of number 9, Tony Spires. And Wayne calls another timeout. They have one more to spend after this one.
And we'll just hope that they don't use it. That'll bring up 4th down, 8 yards to go at the Kearney State 41-yard line. And this is the deepest penetration by Wayne in the second half, I believe.
It is, and the defense is still playing tremendous out there. They're not giving up at all. They're chasing down Lott, and they're hitting hard. You know, they're never say die. It's a team game out there, and that's exactly what we saw this afternoon.
So 14 seconds to go, and maybe Wayne State's last play.
They do have one. No, they don't. There is no more timeouts for Wayne on the field, so this will probably be the last play unless they get out of bounds.
Super grab by number 88, Robert Lowe, made the grab, but there's a penalty against Wayne State, and that'll negate the first down.
And so one more play for the Wildcats this afternoon, and probably 3 words that the Loper team want to hear: start the bus.
Tell you, Kearney State played one of the best games I've seen them play all year. And 6 seconds remaining. We think this will be the last play. 4th down, 18 yards to go. But we just want to say Kearney State's offense and defense and special teams, everyone came to play this afternoon. And this is a great way for Coach Boroff and the team to get ready for a tough game with Shatter State coming up next week.
Yeah, this will be the last play of the football game unless they get out of bounds or something. Lawton back to pass. He'll just keep it himself, and the clock has expired when this play's over. And he just took a beating by a bunch of Lopers, and that's the football game here from Memorial Field. The final score is Kearney State 41, Wayne State 17. And Mitch, to kind of sum this game up in a nutshell, I'd have to say that offense came out, they sputtered their first possession with the interception, but from there on in, it was full force, full blown. The running game was right on. The passing game, what can you say about it? The Valine, from the Harvey to Valine combination just worked tremendous this afternoon. Coach Boroff, as you said, has to be really pleased with going into the Shadron game, how this team played this afternoon.
Oh, definitely. I think he's got a lot to look forward to. It looks like Kearney State finally got to where they could come out and play a really great second half. They've had trouble in the second half in past ball games, and so coming off a big win like this is great to see for Kearney State going up to Shatter State next week.
Well, we'd like to stay and talk a little longer, but it's a little chilly out here. So from Mortal Field in Wayne, Nebraska, I'm Kevin Sladonic along with Mitch Rogers. The final score again is Wayne State 17, Kearney State 41. That's all. We hope to see you back here again next week. We'll bring the Shatter State game to you right here on KSTV channel 25. Goodbye.